Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need. What you need. We're broken, it's tragic. We're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic. Believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Hey guys, how you going? Can you hear me okay? You won't be able to see me this morning because I have I've had a bad morning. Oh dear, I'm in trouble now. Okay, this is a second strike, 2 weeks I can't upload on the other channel. And I'll show you something actually. Let me share this, share the screen. Oh, share that one. Okay, I'm going to show you something. This was this what do you call it? The thumbnail was monsters, okay? Thank you to everybody. Thank you all over on the other stream. I'm so sorry this has happened. I'm going to show you something. Okay, just let me go to content. Okay, this is what they've been doing to me. They've been copywriting, limiting. They removed this news update one from, when was that? 16th of March. Okay, this is what they're doing on my live streams. They're blocking them. They're limiting them. They're doing all sorts of things. Okay, so let's get on with the news. You got to laugh, seriously. This is ridiculous. Okay, Steve Mudflat McGrew's remasculated podcast said a Keltec sub 2000 was used yesterday and not an AK-47 as lying, Joe Biden claimed. Also, this is a $700 gun. Expensive. Where'd the him, she, her, hers, lunatic, leftist, murderer get the money? And it looks like there was 2 of those. I need answers and not from lying Joe Biden and the communist MSM. This is a person who apparently attacked a school. So we've got that one. Gussie D said, Ann said, Corinne Jean-Pierre was involved in a rear-end accident, not yesterday, the day before, and she was allegedly slurring her words, unable to stand, and they are refusing to release the body cam footage. No DUI or ticket. Now, that's privilege. So what's going on? I've got a funny feeling this is all ramping up really hard because they're about to go down. Okay, this is something I'm going to read on its own because that is a video on its own. It's about hookup culture, which I hate. Lance Videos said transgender encourages people to fight in Tennessee, saying we're going to die anyway. Did this guy inspire the thing that happened in Nashville? Watch this. Listen to it, actually.
Trans people in Tennessee, it's time to fucking fight. Trans allies in Tennessee, it's time to fucking fight. Trans women, if they lock you up for identifying as a woman, fight, resist. You're gonna die anyways. We're going to die anyways. It's time to fucking resist. Fight them. Hurt them. If they put their hands on you, beat them. We are at an attack. It's time to fight back. Do you hear me? Trans people in Tennessee, trans men, trans women, non-binary, fight. If they try to arrest you or have you arrested on a felony for existing, beat them, team up, gang together, get people who agree with you to come and fight. Carry a weapon at all times. And yes, you have to attack the police officer. Allegedly. But it's time. It's time. If they're going to try to jail and police you for existing, you fight them. You fight them. And if they lock you in prison, fuck up the guards. Bust out of prison. Jump in with other trans people. It's time we organize a prison bust in Tennessee, guys. It's time we organize a prison bust. It's time we start fighting. It's time. If they put their hands on you, fight them. Trans people, fight them. We will not let them create a genocide of trans people. I am so tired. I was in a live the other day with 2 trans people who denied this. Out of my way. I disown any trans person who disagrees with this notion. You are not allowed at the fucking table. It's time to fucking fight. Trans genocide's around the corner. Stop debating cis people in your existence. I do not debate. My existence is not a conversation. We fucking fight now, or we die. And we're not gonna die debating cis people. They're gonna have the last word. They're joining your life to call you a man. They're joining your life to call you a woman. They're joining your life to misgender you, to get the right pronouns, to tell you that you're not existent. They're fucking with you and you're an idiot. Stop. You're gonna kill us all. Join together and start organizing a rally for resistance, not for talk. They're fucking with you. You're being gaslit. You think you're going to have a conversation and make progress. We don't have time to make progress.
Well, there you go. I think this person's a bit of a terrorist. What do you reckon? I don't want to hear what they have to say, really. This is ridiculous. Did this inspire the thing that happened at Nashville today, this person at all? I'd like to see this person actually arrested for threats. Terrorist. I meme, therefore I am, said the red flags were there. She was a sick and twisted person. Nobody's stopping her. This is it. This is the person. So basically the post that they made here on about whoever they were talking to was basically a goodbye note. They were planning to die today. This is not a joke. You'll probably hear about me on the news afterwards. This is their last goodbye. They love whoever they were talking to. See you again in another life. The person said, Audrey, you have so much more life to live. I pray God keeps and covers you. The person said back again, I know, but I don't want to be here. I'm so sorry, not trying to upset you or get attention. I just need to go, like, completely take themselves out. They wanted to tell this person first because this person was the most beautiful person I've ever seen and known in their whole life. The family doesn't know what I'm about to do or what this person was about to do. One day this will make more sense. They've left behind more than enough evidence. Something bad is going to happen. So this was beforehand. And okay, here's something. I want to, let me just go to my own profile because I wrote a tweet yesterday and I'm going to have to read it because if I can find the bloody thing. Where are we? Okay, I've got to try and find my own tweet. Oh, no. Oh, there's heaps here, guys. This was a Get Better Records. All day, every day, they said, is that day of vengeance, they said. Wow. Okay. This is it, I think. Yep. Okay, I wrote, having a manifesto on MAP screams federal government set up to me. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but did she have a therapist? If so, did the therapist have any dealings with the government? Look at all previous, Hooters with an S in front and their therapists, right? What drugs were they on? I think this one was taking testosterone. That could possibly cause anger, but were they on any other drugs as well, like psych drugs? There seem to be a lot of these people with therapists and on antipsychotics, sorry, that was a spelling mistake, along with other drugs. What is the synergy of all these drugs? In other words, how do these drugs react with each other? I know antipsychotic, I don't know why the one's in there, medication side effect is psychosis. That's not the only side effect. If you can go and research this. This is what I did to find out years ago about antidepressants and antipsychotics. Antidepressants have on their labels that they can cause depression and psychosis, let alone the antipsychotic, which also has a side effect as psychosis. Also, antidepressant mentions taking yourself out and possibly psychosis as side effects. Why do they give these people drugs when they can cause the very thing they're supposed to stop? That's what I would like to know. Why are they putting, say, Big Pharma? Oh, seriously. This is insane. And I think they are desperate and they are trying anything they can. So this is why I think something's going to happen very soon. And I think Alex passed me a link that said that people in Twitter, stop doing this as well to me, please. That there is something in manholes around London. Okay, things that go boom. Stay away from the manholes for a start. But people need to start questioning their councils and their government. What is going on here? What are they doing? What is down those manholes? But anyway, okay, let's continue with this. Cheryl Riley said the thug who, and I've got a funny feeling they're planning this all over the world. They're planning events like what I just mentioned in London, all over the world. They could be trying to blame Russia for it. Okay. Cheryl Riley said the thug who stabbed Rand Paul's staffer today in DC in broad daylight was in prison and had just been let out. Did you know Rand Paul's staffer was stabbed? The staffer was stabbed in the head and torso by a criminal who got out and didn't think twice about doing harm. We need to condemn these progressive, woke, Dem-run city leaders. Prayers to the staff. So there's other things that are going on as well. Deplorable for Trump said this is the trans shooter Audrey Hale. The feds are in the middle of trying to scrub all of her social media and pictures from the internet. Now, why would the feds be doing that? Unless they are organising it. This person is a terrorist, transformer terrorist, using that as a reason to kill Christians, as the sign makes clear, trans rights or else. As a society, we have to stop enabling mental illness as normal because it's not. Make sure this makes the rounds. Look, trans rights or else. A sample from Audrey Hale's website. Some places are like people, some shine, I don't know. We went insane, so what's that? So me doll? Shining? Oh, God knows. Red rum, of course. Oh, dear. I don't care about the context that people on Twitter seem to think that we need. Ollie London said one of the popular mottos amongst trans activists is trans rights or else, with guns emblazoned on their shirts in clear threat of violence to anyone who dares oppose their beliefs. This is not a kind, inclusive movement. This is a terrorist organisation, should be treated as such. There you go, they're all wearing it. So I'd just say, honestly, Christians, anyone, everyone, arm yourselves. I can't hear. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I'm just going to stay away from everything right now. Pauline Hanson even weighed in on this. Demonising those who question the left's radical gender ideology can have severe consequences. The lies and misinformation about the motivation of conservative parties, Christian organisations and women's rights groups who've challenged the left on their gender politics is leading to hate and violence. We've seen it here in Australia where peaceful pro-women events are being disrupted by aggressive counter-protesters looking for a fight. We even saw an Australian senator charge the podium of the peaceful gathering here in Canberra Do you remember the one who was crawling away on her knees? Yeah, that one. There is no doubt this hatefulness contributed to the violent attack in New Zealand on a peaceful women's rights events. These lies increase the chance that very unwell people obsessed with gender ideology and confused about their own identity will commit violent acts as a way of retaliating against those they perceive as their oppressors. We've seen this in Australia and New Zealand, and now with deadly consequences in the USA. The 28-year-old female has committed a mass hooting with the S on the front, targeting teachers and children. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I can't believe this ridiculous. I can't even say that word. At least 6 deaths have been confirmed. The alleged hooter with S in front of it, apparently self-identified as a man. The extreme left say this sort of person needs compassion and gender-affirming care to reinforce their delusions. These hateful attacks against concerned conservatives and Christian and women's rights need to stop before we see more innocent people die. To ask a question or to seek an inquiry is an act of compassion, not prejudice. Let's stop the lies and hate and start asking questions so we can develop solutions that will work and help people in need. Now, that's what Pauline Hanson has said. Cauldron Pool said 3 days ago, Senk Uyghur urged Trans American to get guns because he's worried that right-wing lunatics are going to attack them. Really? Looks like the other way around. This guy's part of it, mind you. He's from the Young Turks. They are very, very left. Tim Young said, this is bad. Raheem J. Kassam said Biden was supposed to address the school shooting, but instead he came out and started talking about the good-looking kids in front of him. Fox quickly cut away. Let's have a look at this.
Folks, welcome to the White House. It's a delight to have you all here. And who are those good-looking kids back there? They're your kids, all 4 of them? Well, stand up, guys.
John, we'll jump back in here. Considering the moment,
We
there's
were
a
told
school
that
shooting that just happened, left 3 children dead, 3 adults dead, shooters dead, and we were told he would be addressing this off the top.
She used to be 3 years.
Yeah, it's rather surprising. I thought that a somber President Biden would have come to the podium here and addressed this school shooting. He's yucking it up with the crowd at the East Room. So why don't we?
So he came out talking about kids and laughing. He didn't. How disrespectful. Especially to the parent. Seriously, Jessica Rojas. I don't know how to say that. If you're a parent who follows the CDC's schedule, the jabby one, here are some facts you need to know and understand to make an informed decision. I understand that the pharmaceutical company who made this jab has no liability. Understand. 2, understand that I pay 0.75 federal excise tax per jab used to pay jab injured families through the National Vaccine Jab Injury Compensation Program. I'm trying not to get cancelled again, created by the government. I understand that this jab contains neurotoxins such as aluminium that far exceeds safe levels deemed by the EPA. I understand this jab contains carcinogenic ingredients. I understand that this jab was made from aborted fetal cell lines. I understand that getting this jab does not ensure that I'll be protected from the disease. I understand that my child could get the very disease he was vaccinated for. I understand that my child could be a carrier of the disease she was vaccinated for and spread it, shedding for up to 6 weeks. I understand that my doctor may get monetarily rewarded for having a high percentage of her patients who are fully jabbed. I understand that if my child is injured by a jab, my doctor would have to spend an exorbitant amount of hours filling out paperwork in order to report it to VAERS, the only way to officially report it. I understand that my doctor has no incentive to fill out paperwork for a jab injury. I understand that the jab injury is underreported. I understand that jab mandates like SB 277 literally hand over new customers to pharmaceutical companies. I understand that pharmaceutical companies have no incentive to make their product better. I understand that pharmaceutical companies spend up to 4 times more on advertising than they do on research. I understand that corporate media gets 70% of their advertising revenue from pharmaceutical companies. I understand that corporate media does not want to lose revenue, certainly not 70% of it. I understand that when these companies conduct a study on their own product, it is in their best interest to have a favourable outcome. I understand that this jab schedule has never been tested on children. I understand this jab could cause injury or death, and my child could be one of them. One sec, guys. Okay. My doctor has informed me on all the risks and side effects and has reviewed the jab insert with me. I understand that if my child passes away from this jab, I'll be awarded no more than $250,000. And money can never make up for losing a child. Not that I've lost one, but I'm just saying that I don't think money would make up for that. I understand that not one jab has gone through a saline placebo double-blind study. And number 24, I'm making an informed choice to jab my child. Do you still want to do it? I wouldn't. Okay, Peter Sweden said exposing the climate scam. Carbon credits, rich people can buy them and do what the heck they like and tell the little people that we can't go down the road. Get rid of your car, you are a sinner. The elites fly private jets. Meanwhile, you are told to get rid of your car. Who are these idiots?
The plan to get to net zero in a couple of decades' time is entirely unworkable. It's actually physically impossible because we don't have, across the globe, we don't have the infrastructure to create the electricity needed.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call these people idiots. I mean the idiots who are trying to do it.
Power, the number of electric cars and whatever. And we don't have enough lithium. We don't have enough raw materials in the earth, as far as we know, to create what we need to do. And he said that there are two ways that this can be taken. Either that the powers that be will give up on it. It's unlikely at the moment they do that. Or what they will do is completely restrict what we as individuals are allowed to do. And this is already starting with 15-minute cities. So the idea will be that in order to meet this target, because there isn't the infrastructure to create the energy, we ourselves will all have to use less. So we will be prevented from flying at all. Billionaires will be able to do it, of course. They'll be on their private. They can buy carbon credits, which, by the way, reminds me of the European Reformation. The 16th century, the Reformation.
Yeah.
Martin Luther banged his 10 points, and the big one that triggered it was the sale of indulgences, where rich people could buy indulgences in order to enable them to continue sinning but finally get to heaven. If you buy these. And I think carbon credits are the same thing. Rich people can buy them in order to do what the heck they like, and at the same time tell little people like us, you can't go down the road, get rid of your car, you're a sinner.
Klaus Schwab will be flying in his private jet, dining on the finest meat. He will be driving his Rolls Royce. Meanwhile, people will be locked in their 15-minute cities, eating insects.
Exactly.
And
yeah, I don't need to hear any more of that. Is there a thread here? Listen to the entire interview with Jasmine on his new podcast, The Freedom Cast. Subscribe now. Have many more exciting episodes coming up as well that you don't want to miss. We talk about how digital currencies will be used to control your life. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I think it'll stop before then. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Josephine Cashman said, is this dementia or demoralization? Let's have a listen. Albo's response to an important question about the scope of the voice. This is our Prime Minister, mind you. Okay, ready?
Of all the very strange questions I've been asked about the voice, that's up there. The voice is about matters that directly affect Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. That's what it's about. And people shouldn't look for, on the voice, distractions. They can if they want.
They can if they want. Don't ask intelligent questions.
They can ask all sorts of things about whether it will, give advice on who should play 5'8" for South this week.
Oh, They can ask about whether it'll give advice on who should play.
But that is not what it
What's wrong with his mouth? Why does this sound like he's talking through his teeth like this instead of opening his mouth?
is about. That is not what it is about.
Don't look for distractions. PM shuts down debate on The Voice.
The Voice is not about defence policy. It's not about foreign affairs policy.
Voice is not defence. It's about the security of our country.
Labor will deliver a First Nations foreign policy.
This here is Penny Wong, and I think she is a Chinese plant in Australian politics. Labor will deliver a First Nations policy. This is treason. The government is using deliberately failed Aboriginal affairs, globalist created
That weaves the voices and practices of the world's oldest continuing culture into the way we talk to the world and in the work of the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Government has created phony Aboriginals and fake history for a hidden globalist agenda against the wishes of the true descendants of Australian hunter-gatherers. Expose the traitors. Yeah, I'll expose them. Penny Wong's a plant. Albo confusing football with foreign affairs, insults Australians' intelligence using football to shut down debate on The Voice. He's an idiot. They all are. And wait till you hear Daniel Andrews. I think Daniel Andrews has been punched in the face again, the way he's talking. Ada Luch said, if you think children should be exposed to drag shows, you're a pedo. If you think children should be taught, oh my God, masturbation in schools, you're a pedo. If you think it's okay to allow 5-year-olds to change genders, you're a pedo. If you think minor attracted person is a term that should be used, you're a pedo. If you think it's appropriate for teachers to discuss their pronouns in front of their pupils, you're a pedo. The left calls conservatives racist, homophobic, and every other mean term, but we're afraid to call these child groomers what they really are, pedos. Stop being afraid. Call them what they are. Yeah, I agree. Is there more? Hang on. I'm a 23-year-old woman from Spain working on spreading traditional values and anti-wokeness to Gen Z. The scariest thing is the normalisation of pedos. I speak against it every day. Our world depends on it. Help me spread the message by retweeting this following her account. Malcolm Roberts said, revisiting earlier shocking news, quote, political-based medicine has now replaced evidence-based medicine. In summary, health professionals are not permitted to question the secret health advice without losing their registration to practice. Spectator Australia said confidence through censorship, the medical ministry of truth. That's what we got. Craig Kelly said, no wonder the TGA desperately tried to prevent this document being released under freedom of information. The Australian Federal Police should be down at the TGA this morning, seizing their computers and phones and starting to take people into custody. Would have anyone in their right mind injected this stuff into their body if they knew that this was spread to their brain, liver, and bone marrow and female ovaries? And there you go. Total lipid concentration within 25 minutes, within 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 24 hours, and 48 hours. And the rates just go up. These people are insane and they hate us. They don't want us alive, I'm telling you. The opinionated black woman said, oh, I don't know why. Oh, I know why I put this in here. Sorry, I didn't want to read this out. I just put this in here because on my phone I can't read more than this. Okay? If I do, it goes back to my old account, which I can't. They want me to delete a tweet before I can read anything. So I have to bookmark it, jump on the computer just to read people's tweets now. Jack Posobiec said they deleted Get Better Records all day, every day is that thing. They've deleted it now. Laverne Spicer said they're calling the shooter a woman, even though she identified as a trans man. Funny how the media suddenly knows what a woman is when it's for something bad. Dan Andrews has banned the media travelling with him for his trip to China. I wonder why. Why the secrecy with no official meetings with diplomats announced? Is there a 4-day dictator refresher course with his communist mates? Probably. He can stay there. They can keep him, actually. China, you can keep Daniel Andrews. Keep him over there, please. Dr. Simone Gold said the reason the government, Big Pharma and the media vehemently attacked people who spoke out about effective early treatments options like this one here, the whole thing, this here, is because if there's a treatment available, the government cannot grant an emergency use authorisation for the jabs. So they ignored the science, lied about the huge numbers of adverse events, smeared and censored anyone who disagreed, including my channel, which got removed for medical misinformation, which is what the strike I just got against this one. But anyway, let's not worry about that. Censored anyone who disagreed, got their EUA, emergency use authorisation, then injected the population with an experimental jab with no long-term safety data, with mRNA in it. They attacked HCQ and the Ivor one, even though they had they had proof that it worked. Trump had a round table of patients who took these two drugs and it took away the thing, which is what I believe he was talking about when he talked about the jab himself. But they've switched it and they made their own one and put that forward. That's what I think happened. Right after that, someone from the NIH, WHO or CDC called states and told them not to prescribe or pharmacists not to fill. Remember what they've done to us. Is this the same person? Nope. Okay. So that's a bit interesting. I'm just waiting for all this to come out to the public. And I know most of you are as well, because most of us already know this. John Hay, FFFB, okay, what was he talking about? Oh, yep. This you mean. The Virology Journal, the official publication of Dr. Fauci's National Institute of Health, published what is now a blockbuster article in 2005 under heading, get ready for this, chloroquine is a potent inhibitor of SARS coronavirus infection and spread. So they knew. They knew. These inhibitory effects were observed when the cells are treated with it, either before or after exposure to it, suggesting both prophylactic and therapeutic advantage. So the thing that I'm on functions as both a cure and a vaccine. So that's why. Interesting, isn't it? Okay. Oh, I'm on the same one. Okay, there we go. Andy No said, during the 220 BLM Antifa riots, I observed a disproportionate number of suspects at the violent riots were transformers. I write about this in more detail in my book, Unmasked. There is a phenomenon of young trans people being pulled into far-left violent radicalisation. Research on the subject. Okay, let's have a look at these people. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, God. Seriously? Okay. Pulled, you say, but pushed is more apt, assuming it's true, but okay, the far right never want to reflect on the consequences. Okay, yeah, right. Forget that a shooter just like one of these people just shot up something, so, and people. 3 kids, 3 adults, I believe. Could be 4 adults, I don't know. My goodness. Tracy Bean said, I'm confused. They're calling Audrey Hale she, but trans. So is it a biological she who transitioned to male and everyone, including the media, are now misgendering? Isn't misgendering a cardinal sin, or is it biological male who transitioned to female? Is the entire legacy media committing the cardinal sin of using the wrong pronouns to cover this up? Because Tom Elliott said Nashville Police Chief confirms Audrey Hale identifies as transgender, suggests her trans-identified identity played a role. We have a manifesto and a map of how all this was going to play out. They had a map as well. Like, seriously, that screams Fed to me. Like a Fed arranged, okay? Maybe not, person was not a Fed themselves, but arranged. Alex said White House visitor logs reveal Joe Biden's been having frequent Oval meetings with execs from Apple, Facebook, and Google. How many times did they see them in, it was something like 38 times in 18 months or something. I want to play it, but I'm going to...
Thank you for your time. We're talking about a period of about 18 months. We've got at least 38 times senior executives made a stop at the White House. Is that can that be explained?
There you go. Big tech executives visited the White House 38 times. That's 2.5 per month. Was that to censor anyone by any chance? Oh, you wait. If I can jump on a class action lawsuit against YouTube, I will. And if I ever find out who the person was that actually reported my videos, I'm going to sue the ass off them too. Personally. Ada Luch said a transgender person killed 6 people today. The police confirmed the woman was trans, and the same sentence said they had no history of mental illness. Oh, dear God. The very, very thing is a mental illness. And here we see the problem with normalising this stuff. Gender dysphoria has always been classified as a mental health issue. So yes, by default, this person had mental health issues. I'm not from America, but I think it's extremely obvious that with over 400 million guns in the country, if guns were the problem, there'd be no one left. It's not guns that are the problem. It's the mental illness that's the problem. Exactly. The problem is a society that normalizes mental illness and exports that insanity to the rest of the world. This person was mentally ill. Gender dysphoria is a mental illness and always has been. Doesn't matter how often you celebrate it or which celebrity influences are placed on TikTok to glorify it, it's a mental illness. That doesn't mean you have to have people suffering from it, but it's obvious that it is a medical condition that needs to be treated just like schizophrenia, depression, or any other mental health issues. Yeah, but don't treat them with antidepressants because that makes it worse. Celebrating and acting as though it's the best thing you can be has led to what you see today in Nashville. Never forget today, never forget what Audrey Hale did, and never forget the responses of those who want to argue about pronouns and political correctness instead of confronting this problem head on. It cannot continue. It starts in America and spreads to the world. My country of Spain is already passing insane legislation catering to this mental delusion. Stop this madness. And she said, I'm sorry to say that this is common sense and not hate speech. Again, the 23-year-old woman from Spain working to end wokeness and Gen Z. And I happen to agree with her. Craig Kelly said it looks like Labor can't win outright majority in New South Wales and then they'll need to do a deal with the Greens. Oh, my God, no, it's getting worse. They have 45 seats and need another 2 to hit 47 to win. But of the 6 seats still in doubt, they're now only ahead in just 1. Therefore, New South Wales will have a Labor Greens government. Won't that be fun? God help us all. Oh, dear God. I think they've stolen. They've stolen it again. Little bastard. Sorry. Is there more to this? And the independents are just Gucci Greens, okay? Do not vote for the independents. Goodness me. DC Drano said Tennessee just passed laws restricting sexualized drag shows for children and banning the genital mutilation of children, okay? Was today's mass shooting at the school by the transformer person an act of domestic terrorism? Yeah, I think it was. And probably in response to this, because they're trying to scream that they're getting cancelled and they're not allowed to exist. Like, that's BS. They are allowed to exist. They do exist. And all they're doing is banning and restricting under 18s from seeing sexualized drag and banning under 18s from getting genitally mutilated. Andy No said some left-wing people on Twitter are sympathetic to the trans person, former shooter, who killed children and staff at the Christian school in Nashville. Kat Morocco said, I don't condone Audrey Hale's action, though I understand their outrage against an intolerant state that brainwashes children through religious indoctrination. Really? The reality is this human still identified as that child attending that school and carried that pain into adulthood. Well, I think this person is a bit sick, and this person too. Castro's ghost on Redbeard's bunker says, I still think This person still thinks TN got what it deserved. Yeah, you look like a bloody mental patient, mate. You can't victimise people non-stop and expect something bad. They're not being victimised. They're stopping children from seeing it. You half-wit. I'm sorry, I'm angry. I'm really angry now. This account blames the Christian school principal, Catherine Coons, who was among the 6 taken out. Tommy Sunshine said, let's focus on the head of the school, Catherine, who was specifically targeted by 28-year-old former student, Aidan, who's been dead named in the press as Audrey. Can you imagine what the early 2000s Christian curriculum contained about gender, sexuality, and being openly queer? And Brian Krasenstein. Oh, this is one of those Krasenstein twins, is it? The freaking weirdos. Breaking Marjorie Taylor Greene just blamed the Nashville shooting on hormones like testosterone and medications for mental illness. Well, so did I. That's exactly where my mind went to straight away. And this person said enough is enough. It's the effing... Oh, so guns just fire themselves, do they? Really? Really? You idiot. Every single... Sorry, not you guys, this person. Every single hooter with an S on the front of it, right? Look into their past. They all have mental illnesses. It's a mental illness problem, not a gun problem. Oh, MSM and the LEOs discussing the issue of misgendering the murderer. I'm sad and angry on so many levels. Oh, you poor thing. Forget about the people who lost their lives. I mean, you know, just feel sorry for the person who got, what happened? Misgendered. That's right. Well, these people are dickheads, sorry, but they really are. I've had enough. If you back a wounded animal into a corner, you can't be surprised when it bites. Why? Why are they so concerned about teaching under 18s, about being queer, gay, trans? There is something wrong with your mind if you want to do that. I'm serious. They think they're striking back against oppression. Why? For not being able to teach children. Oh, my God. Someone wake me up. I'm having a horrible nightmare here. God. God help us. Dinesh D'Souza said, major update. Obama's White House now at centre of Hunter Biden's scandal. Yeah, what? And he's in Australia, this dickhead. Sorry. Can't help it. He's an idiot. They all are. Can you tell I'm angry? Oh. Okay, what do we got here? This conservativebrief.com doesn't always get to the point, and sometimes there's not really a story there, so I'm really wary of them, but I'm trying to work out what's going on. 2 GOP senators who have been investigating alleged Biden family corruption for years have stepped up their efforts after Facebook and Twitter suppressed, to an extent, explosive revelations about Hunter Biden's laptop in October 2020. Republican Senators Charles Grassley of Iowa and Ron Johnson of Wisconsin want more answers. Grassley and Johnson have sent a letter to Zuckerberg noting that in October 2020, when the New York Post published articles based on evidence from Hunter Biden's laptop, many news and social media organizations inappropriately rushed to censor and discredit it, labeling it as Russian disinformation. But it was in fact real. You recently appeared to indicate the reason why Facebook made the unwise decision to censor articles about Hunter Biden laptop was based on an alert from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I honestly think the Federal Bureau of Investigation causes more harm than it does good. How many of you agree with me? It's insane. Whistleblowers have also alleged to Senator Johnson that local FBI leadership instructed its employees not to look at the Hunter Biden laptop immediately after the FBI obtained it. The senators noted further, going on to say Americans deserve to know whether the FBI used Facebook as part of their alleged plan to discredit information about Hunter Biden. Congress and the American people require clarity with respect to the extent of that the FBI communicated with Facebook during the 2020 election about Hunter Biden-related information, they added. Well, his problems continue to get worse. Newly released emails from the laptop show he described his longtime business partner, Eric Schwerin, as a close confidant and counsel to then Vice President Joe Biden, raising more questions about whether Joe Biden knew or was involved with any of Hunter's shady business deals. Where does Obama come into it? Oh, because it was from back, I don't know. Oh, in an email thread from February 2014, Schwerin asked Hunter to review a letter of recommendation he had written on behalf of Joe Biden. Can you take a look at that, at the attached? I'm going to send it to your dad via Kathy tomorrow. I want to make sure you think this isn't too over the top and that you think your dad would be comfortable sending it, wrote Schwerin, who served as president of Hunter's Rosemont Seneca Partners Investment Fund, which has now been resolved. Okay, well, how is Obama? Look, it really pees me off when they do this. Okay, I'm trying to get to the Obama bit. Just bear with me, guys. And see, there's nothing in there. I hate things that do that. James Lindsay mansplaining the something or other. The default critical conscious narrative about transformer experience is that they suffer unimaginable oppression, severe transphobia to the point of it driving them to take themselves out. So they must be given 110% of their way on all demands, individual and collective. You watch. I bet you they do. Expect any narrative spun around the issue to insist that these two causes, transphobia and the other transphobia of not giving them 110% of their way all the time, are the real causes of all relevant tragedies which are not condoned but justified as such. I'm seriously. Oh, I won't say it. Woolsned said we are witnessing the burning of millions of doses of the so-called jabbies, 71 billion euros it cost the European taxpayer, all done in secret. They're not the only ones. No one wants any more. And Australia's done the same thing, okay? They've just burnt the money. Taxpayers' money. They bought millions of them. Anyway. Tom Fitton said a leftist professor at Wayne Street University in Michigan has been suspended with pay after publishing a Facebook post calling for them taking out conservative campus speakers. Oh, look at it. It's far more admirable, he says, to take them out than it is to shout them down. Oh, nice one, mate. You idiot. Look at it. This is a professor? God help the... Oh. Bernie's tweets, France, Macron has called an emergency cabinet meeting before another day of national disobedience and strikes tomorrow. In the end, the people will decide no matter how he fights against them. Look at that. I think we need this all over the world right now. Raw's alert said breaking multiple agencies are responding to a runaway train carrying 180 cars heading 80 miles per hour with no one on it. I don't know what this is. Kelso, California. Currently, numerous law enforcement, hazmat teams and other agencies are responding to a runaway train carrying 180 cars heading 80 miles per hour with no one on it as the crew had to jump off. It was first reported in Baker heading towards Barstow, California, but the train has crashed and derailed in Kelso, California. Police are confirming multiple train cars have been derailed and damaged. I think these are all distractions, seriously. Distractions everywhere. Okay, and then telling you to join the Discord. Rukshan Fernando said story in 3 parts. Was the misgendering on purpose, SBS News? Australian MSM joining in the bandwagon of obscuring the shooter's self-proclaimed identity. SBS News here in Australia have reported 3 children and 3 adults are dead following a... They didn't say anything. Shooting in Nashville, Tennessee. Police respond to calls for shots fired at the Christian Covenant School and killed the shooter, a 28-year-old woman. Audrey Hale, he, him. New study says 3 in 5 Australians will purposely misgender trans people. No, you can't just change the whole language and expect people to play along, mate. especially with a mental illness. You've got to be feeling it too. Jack Posobiec said, child rapists too. Rick Scott said we need to consider an automatic death penalty for school shooters. Life in prison is not enough for the deranged monsters who go into our schools and kill innocent kids and educators. Pray for all facing the unimaginable in Nashville. This is horrible and must stop. Associated Press, breaking 3 children, 3 staff members were taken out at private Christian school in Nashville by a female shooter. And she also died after being shot by police. End Wokeness said 2 weeks ago, Jane Fonda went on TV and told activists to kill pro-lifers. And here we go. Do you want to see it? Here we go. Listen to her. Listen to her own words.
We're not going back. I don't care what the laws are. We're not going back.
I think the women will rise up. That's the activist. That's Jane speaking, and she probably will get a Nobel Prize.
But it's the truth.
Very soon.
It is the truth. We're not going to do it.
The person sitting next to her looks like Lily Tomlin. Can anyone tell me that's who it is? It does really look. I think that's who it is.
Besides marching and protesting, what else do you suggest?
This one.
Well, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a miraculous. What did you say?
Murder.
She's kidding. Wait a second. She's just kidding. Don't say that. That's you don't know. They'll pick up on that and just run with it.
The worst.
She's just kidding. Well, let me talk to you about.
She was not kidding. Okay, that's Lily Tomlin. Honestly, if she even went on The View, that's the end of her for me. Silly woman. Peter Sweden said, Italy's banning insects from being used in their traditional pizza and pasta. Don't mess with their food. Retweet if you'll only be buying real Italian pasta now. Either that or making my own. Good on the Italians. Go the Italians. We all need to do this. Pauline Hanson said why Anthony Albanese's safeguard mechanism bill, aka carbon tax 2.0, will destroy jobs, raise electricity prices and hurt the economy. Explained in under 1 minute. Let's have a listen to Pauline Hanson.
Tell me about this safeguards mechanism. This is a big deal, and this is one of the first times we're seeing Labor doing a big deal with the Greens.
It is, Chris, and it's going to affect about 215 big industries and cause the emissions and what they put out. And then if they go over their emissions, then the cost is going to be to these companies. And I tell you what, Chris, they won't stay here. They'll shut down and they'll go overseas. With the rising cost of electricity, plus this emissions target they're setting, and it's again the Greens in bed with the Labor. The Greens are directing Labor to policy, not the Labor government. And this happens all the time on the floor of Parliament with the support of David Pocock, has to call him Doormat Dave, that I don't feel that he does his complete research on this to understand what he's doing, what he passes in the Parliament. But anyway, that's him as the Senator for Canberra. But it's really will impact on our industries and manufacturing.
Tell me about this safeguards.
Okay, so honestly, from what I can gather, Australia, the whole of Australia, the mainland, is like California and New York. Screwed. Elijah Schaefer said trans people are dangerous, but more dangerous to themselves than anyone else. With only representing such a small fraction of the population, they're clearly mentally unstable individuals and becoming more militant by design. This won't be the last day of them shooting. You watch. They're much more likely to kill themselves than others, but that instability and lack of valuing their own lives will be preyed upon. The anger will be directed at the other. 3-letter agencies will use them as well, where an incel is unable to be coerced. Division by design. This is exactly what I think. I really think this is been set up by the Fed, possibly through the therapist even. I don't know if they're seeing a therapist. Yep, okay. Ian Miles Chong said they're going to ban TikTok, and to do so, they'll pass a law that enables the government to gain full access to private data and install itself as the de facto content moderator of any platform with more than 1 million users. That's basically everything you use. Masterful. You have to hand it to them for pushing this through with the full backing of an ignorant public. Not sure why I'm even going to bother fighting this, except to repeat myself endlessly on how terrible this is for privacy and free speech. Can't help but laugh because it's going to happen, and everyone isn't only letting it happen, but wanting for it to happen. Trading liberty for security, you deserve neither. I'd point out that it's even unconstitutional to ban a company and force it to sell its assets, as legal scholars have, but it's not like anyone cares about the Constitution unless it can be weaponized against their political foes. So is he saying don't ban TikTok? I don't know. Or just that they're going to ban TikTok and pass a law that enables the government full access to private data. Okay, Nick Adams Alpha Male said Elon Musk stands with MAGA. Just in, Elon Musk hammers Joe Biden for demonizing Republicans. Is that right? For his ineptitude instead of trying to fix the problems like he's supposed to. Biden pointed the finger at MAGA Republicans. Oh. Yeah, blame everything but the person who's causing the problem, like the transformer shooter and Joe Biden himself in the White House at the moment. Will Kensington said, I'm from New South Wales. Maybe this will never make sense to me, but I have to try and understand. How can anyone find this guy likable? He's rude, abrupt, abrasive, smug, and utterly charmless. Can someone from Victoria please explain his electoral appeal? I genuinely don't get it. Are you ready to listen to Dan Andrews sound like he's been punched in the mouth? Just Val said, must watch. He's pissed now. How dare anyone question him about his chummy relationship with the country we may be at war with within 3 years? Short answer, China owns Dan and Victoria. Watch his mouth, okay? Ready?
Given the strained nature of federal relations with China on the back of the August deal, do you feel like that might somewhat undermine your trip to China and relations on a state level? Like, is it appropriate at this stage?
Are they strained? I'm not aware that they're strained. I think that
After the August deal.
What?
Yeah, China slammed the August deal.
yeah, and does that does that mean the relationship is strained? I'm not here to make. Well, I'm not here to make. Well, you can make those judgments. I'm not here to make those sort of judgments. Well, I just got a question 5 minutes ago about how things have thawed. So,
sorry, it may have been my phone that made it look like it got punched in the mouth.
Again,
or maybe it's my wishful thinking.
you do the commentary. You do the commentary. That's fine, and I'll leave the Commonwealth government to do defence policy, strategic policy. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Well, indeed, and you might want to speak to Mr. Morrison about that and whether that was a good thing for us. Like, this is our biggest trading. It's our biggest trading part. Yeah, all I'm saying is I'm not here to be a commentator on the China-Australia relationship.
Pedo Dan.
That's a matter appropriately and rightly for others. Nor am I here to talk about defence or strategic issues or foreign policy issues. My job, the job I've always done, is to make sure that more Victorian companies can get access to the biggest market in the world.
He is talking a bit funny, and I do think something's happened to his mouth. I don't know, he could have had dental surgery for all I know, but...
That more Victorian companies can get their products and their services.
I can't even listen to him. He's a pain in the ass. Side note, it's not that he's left-wing. I disagreed with politicians like Rudd, Gillard, Albo, Beattie, etc., but I could see how someone who has different views to me could find them appealing in this instance. I just can't. I don't know how anyone finds this idiot appealing at all. Unless they're all criminal, corrupt people and they're all have it hung over their heads. Baron of Burleigh said, I just discovered that Australia mines and refines on average about $32 billion worth of gold a year. Where the flock does that go? Yeah, and where does the $32 billion go? Doesn't go to the Australian people. Melinda Richards said the only thing wrong with this tweet is that I didn't say it. Liz, you rock. Liz Churchill said, I'm a climate change denier. I'm completely unjabbed and have zero tolerance for Marxist rituals. The WEF, UN, and WHO are regrouped Nazis. Elections are rigged, and it should be very clear at this point that communism literally ruins everything. Thanks for the 175,000 soldiers or followers she's got now. Okay, Andy No said, okay, we know about this. Okay, we know about that. I've shared it a couple of times just in case I missed something. Okay, what's this? It begins. ABC's Terry Moran ties the Nashville school shooting to Tennessee's recently passed legislation banning the hormonization and mutilation of minors. The shooter was 28. So why does a 28-year-old want to... I think you know what I'm going to ask. Why do they want minors to be trans and to be able to teach them and do drag in front of them? This person was 28 years old. They were not a child. Okay, let's have a listen to this idiot.
All right, that is Police Chief John Drake of Nashville, who is briefing reporters on the deadly grade school shooting in Nashville at the Covenant School there this morning. The police confirming 6 dead, 3 children, 1 8 years old, 2 9 years old, and 3 adults, including Catherine Kuntz, who is the head of the Covenant School. The police chief also said that the shooter has been identified as 28-year-old female Audrey Hale. Said she's a former student of the school and confirmed that Audrey Hale was identified herself as a transgender person. State of Tennessee earlier this month passed and the governor signed a bill that banned transgender medical care for minors, as well as a law that prohibited adult entertainment, including male and female impersonators, after a series of drag show controversies in that state.
He forgot to mention 2 minors, the drag shows 2 minors that they banned. They didn't ban all drag shows, just the ones to minors. Oh, dear God. This is the New Zealand one. Avi Yamini said, I wonder why. New Zealand PM refuses to guarantee police action on violent protests. This is why. This is his friend. That's the one who was at the women's rights march. Yeah, they're all in it together. All in bed together, I'm sure. Andy No said many militant trans activists have an obsession with ultra-violence, sexual violence, murder and suicide. Yep. It's saying transphobic. If you're transphobic, you should take yourself out. Matt Walsh said trans activists believe that those who oppose them should die. I know this because a great many of them have told me this. They have communicated the message to me and my family in many ways. They think their right to affirmation supersedes your right to live. What else would we expect when we have people who are mentally ill and we encourage them to fully embrace their mental illness instead of getting treatment? Yes, exactly. Okay, Cat A said Australian senators on the floor now fighting for an inquiry into the WHO pandemic treaty. The idea that WHO should have control over a person's individual health is an egregious abuse of power. A further descent into the world of centralised power in lockstep with the globalist agenda, ceding national sovereignty bit by bit. And this is Alex Antic. I believe he's fighting against it. So I won't play that because I'll probably get in trouble, knowing me. And Malcolm Roberts actually put up, and I have shared it on Twitter, a 1 hour and 40-minute inquiry into it, which I have to yet watch. Mike Flynn said the seriousness of this period in history for the United States to stand or fall is of such extraordinary consequence that every American must decide which side they choose to be on. I stand for America. Where do you stand? In the end, it's not about what's right. It's about whose rights are protected. It's certainly not the American people. And in most cases today, it benefits the CCP, and our Constitution is still worth defending against totalitarians like the CCP. General Spalding said Vivek Ramaswamy. Here is a story about how corporate America promotes the interests of the CCP. Many, like Joshua Steinem, like to insinuate I did something wrong at the NSC by writing a memo for internal consumption about 5G. This was beyond my remit, but strategy is cross-functional and trans-regional, and that's how Jen Flynn set it up while he was gone. When I arrived, the mission for the office remained the same onto the paper. You can still download it here. If it was so bad, why didn't the Trump administration distance itself from the idea? I don't even get what this is about. Why does the NSS contain this line? Will improve America's digital infrastructure by deploying a secure 5G internet capability nationwide. There was never anyone like Josh Rogan to question who, Joe Schrogan or Josh Rogan? Who's that? Who leaked the internal memo and why? Well, I don't know for sure. I expect the NSC self-leaked it because they likely got heat from Congress, who likely heard from the telecom industry. If you read the draft paper, they didn't leak the final version. There's no mention of nationalising 5G. In fact, that was what McMaster commented when he received the briefing. Likely he was told by someone that's what the paper said, so he was surprised to hear it did not. What about follow-on action? Sarah Huckabee never backed away from the need for a secure 5G network when questioned by reporters. Why? Because it's common sense. Our infrastructure, particularly our digital infrastructure, is our weakest link. How will you receive alerts if we have catastrophic failure off the grid? What happened after I was forced out of my job at the White House? The State Department went after Huawei. Keith Crack came up with the Clean Network program at the State Department. Who fought those efforts in DC? The telecom industry. As for me, the entire episode taught me about how policy is done in DC. It's not really the story that you read in the news. In fact, I spoke to Jonathan Swan the night the paper was leaked, which is how I knew it was the NSC who had leaked it. I told him the idea had nothing to do with nationalising 5G, but was rather a think piece on the opportunities and challenges of 5G. It was about the technology and not about the policy per se, yet he wrote that I proposed nationalising 5G anyway. Likely he was told to. It was another hammer to beat on Trump, and I was just the stooge to give it to him. Why did I write the paper? I knew China was eating our lunch in AI. They were gobbling up the world's data. Kay Fooley says China will be the Saudi Arabia of data, 5G being the first completely software-defined cellular network enables you to think differently about the architecture. Oh, God. How long does... Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't know if anyone remembers. It was on my other channel. So the seriousness of this period in history for the United States, you got to be on the side of America, not China. I think most of you are. Anyway, same as here in Australia. You got to be on the side of Australia, not China. And yet our politicians are all for China. Great. Betty Johnson, one thing, I mean, therefore I am, said Betty Johnson, one thing is very clear, the modern trans movement is radicalizing activists into terrorists. Here's the Colorado one, identified as non-binary. The Denver one, identified as trans. The Aberdeen one, identified as trans. And the Nashville one, identified as trans. That's what I think you got to look into the mental illness that's causing this. Okay, hang on. This is what I wanted. Yep, okay. Skeptical Shrink said thread, the trans will to power, or why the trans paraspecies has to convert or kill Christian children to save itself. They do not naturally reproduce and represent a small portion of the population. They are a paraspecies. They have the natural urge to see their values and identities spread, but are aware they are not apt to do so by natural reproduction. These values and identities are spread to the next generation mimetically instead. Transgender people, as a result, move into the schools and other institutions, libraries, government, etc. The trans teachers have their kids. Your kids are their kids. The aim of this movement is to spread the trans contagion to a new generation of non-natal children by way of direct spread, teachers finding out most of their class is trans, or by advocating for social normalisation of their behaviour, drag queen story hour. Those who naturally reproduce, naturalists, who want their children to do so, keep their children away from this type of social contagion by advocating for laws banning the social normalisation, drag queen story out, and placing children in protected schools. The natural reproducers, inclined to protect from trans influence, i.e. Christians and other traditional believers and social conservatives, tend to produce more children than the trans could ever convert or reproduce themselves. Trans people experience existential dread and fear for extinction of their paraspecies as the possibility of mimetic reproduction of another generation is decreased and the trans mimetic pool is diluted by naturalists. Faced with a crisis of inability to convert and with dilution of the mimetic influence on culture, the impulse is to kill the children that cannot be made into the next generation. All those not assimilable into the species and who won't advocate for its spread must die. I don't know. Okay. Natalists, Natalists who are supportive of trans ideology, i.e. liberals and progressives, may be kept around as the trans paraspecies may spread the mimetic contagion to them and use their children to pass on the paraspecies. The only solution is for Christians and conservatives to relocate, reproduce, and reload. There's a parahuman species coming for your children, and their very existence relies upon ending your children. If you made it this far, please like, retweet, and all that. Oh dear. Alexandria Marshall said we've built the entire net zero economic and social framework on an apocalypse that does not exist. It might be the most disturbing and expensive hysterical fit humanity has ever engaged in. Dinesh D'Souza said, watch the media run away from the Nashville shooting story now that it's come out the killer is transgender and that transgenderism was the motive for this target domestic terrorist attack on Christian children. Oh, Aussiebot said, I stand with the people of France. Dana said, major update out of France. With now over 3.5 million people on the streets, the police are now getting crushed and retreating. Cops dragging unconscious and dead police out of action. This is turning into a true civil war and the tide is turning in our favour. Unfortunately, it will have to come to this in many countries as they are dead set on enslaving us. Humans are meant to be free and we will not settle for anything less. So the police that are left that didn't leave and join the other ones, and I think these are probably UN police, are being hammered. I don't see a dead policeman, but anyway, hopefully there's not one. They're carrying injured ones away. But the people are overwhelming these jerk-offs. Prue McSween said, now playing it started. The people smugglers appear to be back in business. Reports that at least 9 boats have been towed back. Some people shipped to Christmas Island, a media blackout by the LBRY government. Chickens coming home to roost. So they're already on their way from overseas. Oh dear. Matt Walsh said, I've been telling you for a long time that left-wing trans extremists are violent, dangerous people who've been made to feel absolutely entitled to say and do whatever they want. The deranged claims of genocide are an open invitation to violence. It'll get worse from here. Trans activists believe that those who oppose them should die. I know this because a great many of them have told me. I think I read that. Okay, there's also riots in Israel. Okay, John Mappin said the riots in Israel should be understood. Israel is the most jabbed per capita country in the world, so the ruling government that implemented the lethal jab policy is attempting to take control of the independent judiciary that could otherwise convict Israel's leaders for mass injection genocide. That's what this is all about. Today, a pilot could not be found in all of Israel that would fly Netanyahu to Britain, so his visit was postponed. Go Israel. Go you guys. Go. The people of Israel standing up against their government. And I believe they are probably one of the most controlled places. Because you know about the who was it? The Rockefellers or the Rothschilds that signed that treaty giving Israel to the Israelis. Moral of the story, genocide of Jews does happen on a regular basis, but when they work out who has done it, God help the perpetrators. The consequences and punishment of this injection genocide will make Nuremberg trials and convictions seem mild. The leadership of Israel has committed chemical genocide by lethal maiming injection on the Jewish people. An independent judiciary will convict them all and hang them for genocide. The perpetrators are desperate. Okay. Hang on, what's this? John Mappin said he did it to Adolf Eichmann. They will do it again. The proposed judicial changes in Israel are specifically to allow bad actors to cover their tracks. The genocide of Jews by Jews and others using lethal injection is coming to the fore of public consciousness. An independent sovereign Israeli Supreme Court will put the genociders on trial again. So that's what's happening over there. Wow. DM said, well written. Okay, let's read this. We are not anti-trans. I don't particularly give a shit whether you people are trans or not, to be honest. Dress how you want, sleep with who you want, and live your life. But don't play on female sports teams. Don't record male rapists as women in the crime stats. Don't use our changing rooms, and don't be jailed with us. More importantly, don't teach my child that boys can have a period. Don't teach my tomboy daughter that she really must be a boy if she likes rugby and hates a period. Don't tell young lesbians they have a genital fetish if they refuse to have sex with a man with a penis. And don't socially transition my children at school behind my back. Is that really so effing unreasonable? Did that really warrant the violence and mob today? Do those views really justify men shoving women and having the media paint me as a Nazi? Yeah, no. Okay, what's this one? Oh, yep. I showed you guys that. Oh, okay. A man dressed up as a woman caught on camera assaulting an elderly man in New Zealand. This elderly man here, see this person just punched that, look, elbowed him in the face. And then they're attacking him. What the hell? Mate, I hate violence against elderly and children and animals. And if I see anyone do it, I want to jump on them. I'm telling you. Alexandra Marshall said the Australian people are determined to have socialism. Marxist-led racial supremacy, eco-fascism, and cult-like hysteria. Nothing can stop civilization when it decides to destroy itself like this, and that's exactly what Australia is doing. Woo. Okay. Oh, thousands of anti-war protesters take to the streets of Paris to challenge Biden's proxy war in Ukraine. Biden, we don't want your war. Nobody does. Okay, Rise Melbourne said in Gordon, New South Wales, Gordon Fire Station says, end the jabby mandates. Every message counts. Go the Fireys. In Gordon. Go. You people, you good people. That's the Gordon Fire Station. Good on them. Okay, I'm so over this, said you'd have to be really high up in the Australian government to get this censored from all our MSM. Who gave the order for all MSM to use the term anti-trans protesters instead of let women speak, women's rights? What's in it for our government? Okay, here's an elderly lady getting assaulted by a trans person. Watch, she actually gets punched. Guys, far out. It's peeing me off. Oh, no. Rosita Diaz said 2 days after warning his colleagues that no referendum had passed without bipartisan support, Anthony Albanese virtually ensured there will be no bipartisanship. Albanese's acceptance of the Indigenous Working Group's rejection of the Solicitor General's advice aimed at limiting the intervention of the voice on the day-to-day working of government has all but guaranteed Liberal Party opposition to the referendum. Yep, sadly, our Liberal Party is, so our Republicans, if in Australia, if you want to, if you'd call them that, are not Republicans anymore. They are complete Democrats. They all work for the same people. Nasty One Reborn said, I just hope he was in the male's bathroom when filming. A transgender woman posts sobbing selfie in JFK bathroom after claiming female TSA agent punched her testicles and left her in extreme pain. This is what happens when you dress as a woman. If you've still got testes, they're gonna search you. And the left have been calling for this for years. They were the ones who wanted the TSA searching, body cavity searching everyone. How to calm a trans woman? You need to calm down, sir. Yeah, what's a woman doing with testicles? It's not a woman. Sorry, but not a woman. Not a woman. Okay, James Melville said Canadian truckers, Dutch farmers, French protesters, Iranian women, and many others holding their line. It's amazing what can be achieved with the mobilisation of people power against bad governments and authoritarian regimes. So where's this? This is all over the world. Canada, Paris, everywhere. People are standing up all over the place. Do you think we need to stand yet? Okay, Katie said 60 Minutes forgetting to mention that a 10-year-old Brooke Shields posed in a series of naked shots in a Playboy publication, Sugar and Spice. I obviously can't show the pictures. How can they just gloss over this? Brooke Shields is a product of Hollywood child exploitation. Look at Brooke Shields at 10 years old. Look what they did to her. Dear God. This has been going on for a long time. Does anyone remember, what is it, Blue Lagoon that she starred in? Nicole Solis domestic. Oh, I don't know what this is. Students are told to use a single stall restroom if uncomfortable with the opposite sex in their restroom. 150 students lined up to use a single stall, and the school says that's harassment. Oh, dear God. They refuse to see it. That's what it is. They really want people. They really want to drag people into it, you know. Liz Churchill said, bet you can't look at this without smiling. Ready, Canadians? Trudeau, Hitler. He suits that name. Okay, so there was no thread there. Free Spirit Australia said, might want to get his facts straight. My double Mars mastectomy wasn't to change my appearance, pretending I'm something I'm not. It was to save my life from breast cancer. HRT is how I got breast cancer, and the treatment is called hormone therapy. It's actually chemo to kills off any hormone. Because this half-wit here, listen to this.
What is so wild to me and ironic about gender-affirming care being under attack for trans people is that cisgender people get these exact procedures that are under attack in higher numbers than trans people do. Let me tell you what I mean. Laser hair removal, for example, common gender-affirming procedure for trans people, mostly pursued by cis women. Lip fillers, Botox, facelifts, common gender-affirming procedure for trans people, mostly pursued by cis women. Same with breast augmentations, breast reductions, or mastectomies. Hormone therapy is used to treat low estrogen levels, any sort of hormone imbalance, PCOS, endometriosis, fertility issues, you name it. It is even used to treat cancer. And even more ironically, a lot of cis people pursue these forms of care because it's gender-affirming for them. But it only becomes an issue when trans people pursue these forms of treatment. To fight for gender-affirming care has nothing to do with these medical services themselves and everything to do with controlling trans people's bodies. Those are just some examples of how cis people pursue gender-affirming care. So if you want more, like for part 2.
Sorry, guys, I muted myself, and now I've got another phone call coming through. Oh, everyone's trying to get in contact. Oh, dear God. Okay, so where was I up to before the sound went out? I was back here somewhere. This one, that's all right. Okay, this is Rosebud Police Station in New South Wales. Half-mast flag, Aboriginal flag, and God knows what flag that is. But anyway, the Australian one's at half-mast. Alexandra Marshall said millions upon millions upon millions of COVID jabs are being thrown out. Politicians must be held to account for the excessive waste of taxpayer money. This was not capitalism. This was COVID communism, and we deserve a refund for their abuses of power. Verica said, Australia, what's in store for 2023-24? As you didn't hear me say before, it'll be Hev running to the bush. That's what's in store for 2023-24 in Australia. 15-minute cities, CBDCs, digital ID, surveillance, social credit scores, energy inflation, power blackouts, superinflation, food shortages, GMO food, Marxist indoctrination in schools, no free speech, vax mandates, huge immigration, and poverty via tax. Then we got this one. David Morgan said, so we just found out the CIA definitively took out JFK, not that we didn't know already, and almost no one's talking about it. In a sane society, this would be the top global news story for 6 months to a year, but we don't live in a sane society. Okay. James Lindsay said, one of the best ways to intervene against the trans cult is to create long statutes of limitation on action. Give these kids the opportunity to turn around and sue for damages and malpractice until they're 50. Ooh. If desistance and complications are as rare as the demons say, this will be no problem. Yes, so how about allowing all these trans kids to sue you if they don't like it? Because there's many that are detransitioning. I would love to see that. Rob Alessandro said, we laugh at those who can't define what a woman is. Now the question is, what is an Aboriginal? And the test is spectacular. Listen to this.
Can you define what is a person of Aboriginality applying for the job? What's the definition?
Senator Hanson, we have guidelines around how our employees identify themselves as from Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander descent. We don't have guidelines.
Do they tick box to saying they're Aboriginal?
I tick a box.
Well, it is on a lot of forms that it's a lot of forms. There are probably people listening to this who might want to apply for this. So a job working at the ABC. So how do you define that person is of Aboriginal?
Senator, I'm not entirely sure what the question is.
So if someone walks in, you're applying for a job and you say, it's been advertised that only Aboriginal need to apply. Someone comes into your office and sits down opposite your desk and says, I'm applying for the job. You say, are you Aboriginal? They say yes. Is that the end of the conversation?
Yes, Senator.
So it's based on if someone defines themselves and classifies and says, I'm an Aboriginal, they can apply for the job.
That's correct, Senator.
Right, thank you.
Okay, so if you're applying for a job that says Aboriginal only, just go in and say you're an Aboriginal. Okay, Jan Summers, let us be, said it's Monday, so we all need a good laugh. This is the one I'm going to end on. Enjoy. Protesters and their spirit animals supercut. Ready for this one?
Piece of shit! Where is your gun now?
You need a gun because you're weak.
You need a board because your voice is small. Enough is enough.
Thumbs up! Can't stop! I'm gonna go fucking celebrate!
Oh, God.
I will not be stopped.
Join with us right now!
Not the judge, not the state. When must deserve the fate.
Oh, that was funny, guys. Okay, let's go over to the comments now. I'm just going to leave this up and just read your comments. And Xenotron said first on. Out to lunch said, here we go. So, hey, Xenotron, out to lunch. Alex, how you going? You'll keep letting people know in the other chat. Oh, I forgot I can do this. Excellent. Hey, Sherry, how you going? Shannon said bail payments sent. Woohoo. On other channel. Okay. For the next couple of weeks, honestly, I would... I'm going to start putting the link for Streamlabs donations in here because I prefer to bypass YouTube altogether now. They're going to kick me. I know they're going to kick me. And D-Lee, how you going? Sorry, guys. Out to lunch said my sister may be in the audience. Yeah, I love Kathy. And D-Lee and John Paul McLaughlin, how you going? And David Morgan, yeehaw. Sherry said, here, you're fine. Yeah, until I mute my microphone and continue talking and no one can hear anything I just said because Alex just rang me and told me. Someone else tried to ring me too. I've applied for another house just about 10 minutes away in the country, and I'm wondering if that phone call was that. So I'm going to ring that phone number back when I finish. Dealey said, Shannon, how's your friend Mike? Selena, yay! Hey, Dom, how you going? Yeah, how was your friend? Colin, how you going? No dramas, Chook. Carl, how you going? Good to see everyone come over here because the other channel, yeah, I can't upload 2 weeks now. Shannon said, means you're over the target, Hev. Yeah, I know. Alex said, hopefully everyone came over from the other one. Out to lunch said, was it pink hair? Boy just said, what's up, Miss Hev? Hope you're doing well. Hello, chat. I hope you're all good. I hope you guys are good too. Xenotron said, if I was Kareen, I'd be hitting the bottle too. I wonder what happens if I bring this over. Will it then? Oh, yeah, it'll show you like that. Oh, that doesn't look the best. Hang on a sec. I'm just going to have a blank screen, but I'll be here. But I've just got a blank screen at the moment, guys. Sorry, I don't even have a little, whatchamacallit, a little thing to put there, you know. Alex said after the shooter, I think the shooter was, yep. Alex had also heard today that Jane Fonda, yes, I showed that one, which is good. David said, never mind the DUI, she should have been arrested long ago. For the hair. No, I like the fro. I like the fro. David said, mental patient right there. Alex said, these people are horrid. Defo David. Xenotron, is that thing saying fight like hell? Yes. D-Lee said, time to take the beast down. That's what I think is, I think this is all like hitting a climax. It's going to happen soon. You can feel it because this is unbelievable to watch. Voyager said, relax for fuck's sake. David said, she's repulsive. She sounds like she's on drugs too, probably meth. Yeah. And there, that link there, if you want to donate, I seriously recommend doing it to Streamlabs Tips, because I wouldn't give anything to YouTube, seriously. Voyager said, oh dear. And Alex said, hey, Voyager. And Xenotron said, these creatures are bled in from another dimension. It seems that way, doesn't it? Shannon said, tough words for a little boy. Yeah. That was that first trans person who was yelling to go and get them all away. And Voyager said, hiya. And Alex said, calm down. Yeah, exactly. David said, get her off, Hev. She's insane. I know. Sorry to put you through that, guys. Alex said, this person needs help. They all need help. They're all like, not all of, like, the innocent ones caught up in this. I feel sorry for the innocent kids caught up in this, seriously. It's the ones that do this and yell and carry on like crazies that, you know, honestly, I don't know. I'd be arresting that person and putting them in a male prison. Shannon said she's working the pole. Xenotron said, didn't she say they were going to die? Aren't we all going to die? Yeah. Yep, exactly. Exactly, Alex. Locking up in a male prison. That's exactly my thought too. D. Lee said, and yet that demon was blocked. It was not blocked, yeah. I'm not allowed to upload onto YouTube, but hey, these people are allowed to say whatever the hell they want to. Out to lunch said, when do we release the new variant? I think that'll do it on its own. David said, you went past it, Hev, it's back up there. Xenotron said, but did she have a talking stick or was it a spear? Out to lunch said, funny trans goes to school and people get hurt or worse. Oh, sorry, I might have read that wrong. Funny. Trans goes to school and gets people hurt and people get hurt or worse. Yeah. Xenotron said, out to lunch, I'm holding my breath in anticipation. Voyager said, these antidepressants help you put on weight also. Yes, they do. And they do cause, look, if you've ever read the insert or even just looked up online, because that's how I did it. I looked it up online, side effects of antidepressants and side effects for antipsychotics, and you'd be surprised at what is in there. Psychosis is one of, for both of them. And then taking yourself out is listed as one of the side effects of antidepressants. Why would you take it if it's going to cause you suicide? Good on you, Alex. Out to lunch, so that was a tweet from that guy, I think. Voyager said, just what I heard. Alex said, yeah, apparently they did a terrorist attack 3 weeks ago. They were putting possible explosives down manhole covers ready for the emergency alert on the 23rd of April. That was in England, London, around London and those areas that Alex contacted me with. Yeah, that's worrying. And I think they're probably going to do the same thing or similar things in all different countries. But this one here that Alex told me about was, I believe, to blame Russia. Yep, Alex said it in the next comment. Xenotron said, I watched a friend of mine change from being vibrant and basically happy, but life not so great. She changed into a docile, foggy, half alive after she was put on antidepressants. I've seen many people who have gone that way on antidepressants. Alex said, maybe Hev can play it through the mic. Oh, okay. Give me a sec. Right, where's Signal? There it is. Okay, let me see if I can play this. Unmute.
Greetings, everyone. It's Seven from London, and I'm coming back with another Wake Your Ass Up video. Now, what you see here is an event that took place approximately 3 weeks ago now, way before they made the announcement that they want to have an emergency alert system for life-threatening situations to be put onto onto your phone. Now, that alert system is due to happen in April on the 23rd, as everybody knows by now. Now, what I think is happening, based on the evidence and what we've been investigating, this event took place exactly where the deadly devices are being put into the public street manholes in the London area. In this instance, it was in the east of London, but we know for a fact it's been sighted in North London, Northwest London, so Finsbury Park, Seven Sisters. If you live in London, you need to know what's going on in the Willesden area, in the Marylebone area. We've seen this happening all over the place. So it affects you. If you live in London, chances are it's happening in your area too. Now, what I think is happening from the investigations that we've done is that a false flag is being staged because they know that nobody's going to accept the 15-minute slavery prison plantations that they're planning to bring in. And so what they're planning to do, they're poking Russia, saying that Russia's going to nuke London. There's a war with Russia to make it look like it's Russia that is going to do these attacks on London, but it's in-house being planned, people. You need to wake your ass up. This is a disaster response that took place 3 weeks ago, way before they made the announcement about the emergency alerts. So what you need to do, you need to basically get together with your friends, neighbors, everybody in your area, if you're in London, and open up these manholes. Get somebody that works in the roads officially, if you can, to assist you so that you can go around opening the manholes and seeing what's in there and demand that these things are removed immediately. Immediately, people. This is a dangerous situation. There are people in the councils that are involved because we've contacted the councils and they are doing nothing about it. So I need your help to get this information out. They're blocking me from being able to communicate. You can look at the Farrell report, www.thefarrellreport.net, where you can see a report by a former top police officer about what has been going on in the UK as far as staging terrorist attacks in London. So please get this information out, people. Stay safe. Stay safe. And I'll make some more videos soon.
I would just warn people to be. Oh,
does anybody else think it's weird?
Okay.
A couple of weeks before the
Okay. I would be wary of opening the manholes yourself. I don't know. If people want to do it, just be aware that the thing could actually be a trap and blow you smithereens. Okay. D-Lee said, what's wrong with April 23rd? I seen other channels say to turn the phone off that day. Dana said, yeah, I found all you beautiful people and gorgeous have. Oh, God love you. Colin said, government alert on 23rd, which you will have to okay and supposed to follow what it says on St. George's Day. Selena said, anyone want to bet their manifestos cut and paste from the last 2 years of shooters' manifestos? Yeah, definitely. Alex said, antidepressants made me feel worse. I was told I couldn't come off them, so I took myself off them years ago and never looked back. Yeah, exactly. Well, my son was on them after he left work and everything was going downhill for him. And I noticed that his emotions were just flatlined. Absolutely flatlined. And I said to him, you might want to try starting to drop those things and get off them, Jay, you know. So, yeah, he ended up slowly getting off them. Voyager said, Alex, I hear that. Selena said, hey, Alex, and hi to everyone else back and forth for dinner prep. Good on you, Selena. Selena, who had a manifesto? Oh, the shooter. Voyager said, Alex, I hope you're doing okay. EDD said, fake news of swampland, production, hate and violence, and fear to get guns and to show us the truth. Selena said, Xenotron, these shooters always seem to have one. David says, Senk Yuger is a complete and utter moron. He is. He really is. Xenotron said, but what regular person does is not organic. Selena said, also bet that this person is only 2 removes from a letter agency. Yeah, I reckon they're connected somehow. I wonder if that's their children, some of their children. Alex said, hey, Colin, yes, funny how they decided on that date, a day to quite special to me and my nan and Gramps. Met that day when my nan was 19. She'd be 100 in May if they were still here. David said, I can hardly stand looking at this clown anymore. Look at those eyes like piss holes in the snow. Let's go, Brandon. EDD said, any way to wake people must show, only then will they find the will to change. Exactly. Only on the precipice will people find the will to change. And that's where we're going. That's exactly where we're going. Just different people's opinions on where the actual precipice is. Dealey said, right on, David. Out to lunch said, Kathy, text me if you're watching. Colin said, oh, wow, Alex, I know all of the days to choose. Funny that. Alex said, I've turned my notifications off for that emergency alert. Be checking again before to make sure they haven't been sneakily turned back on. I do not consent and do not wish to partake. Alex said they completely hate us. Hey, Menacing Muskrat, how you going? Selena said, what's the text alert about, Alex? Colin said, I only have a dumb phone with 3G, which I've just found out will be stopped next year. I have a 3G phone and it doesn't work. Everyone's saying hello. Colin said, as in 3G will stop, no more dumb phones. I'd rather the phones stay dumb. Menacing Muskrat said, my mum passed away today. She was a jab advocate. Dear God. Oh, Menacing Muskrat. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, that is so sad. I'm so sorry. My condolences, Menacing Muskrat. Alex said, I am good, thank you. Hope you are too, Voyager. Voyager said, I'm off into the kitchen. I need to cook dinner. Still listening. Well done. Good on you guys. Yeah, everyone's sending love and prayers to Menacing Muskrat. Wow. And EDD is waving at Alex. Shannon said, idiots. Selena said, Muskrat, I'm so sorry for your loss. Simone said, I'm Menacing Muskrat. I'm so sorry for such sad news. Sending you love. Alex said to apparently let us know of some impending doom. They're doing tests in the UK on every mobile phone. Unless you turn alerts off, it'll turn phone on loud and send out a screech. Oh, no. Yep, even Carl said, oh, no, Menacing Muskrat, very sorry. Davis said 15-minute cities because if we call them concentration camps, you might not want to live there. Alex said that's going to be great if someone suffering from domestic violence has hidden their phone and suddenly it screams out. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Xenotron said, menacing, that is sad. I'm so sorry she's gone. I hope you'll be okay. Alex said, I'll try and find a video to explain it. Xenotron said, sending my love. I am Kai. How you going? Much love, guys. Was waiting for noise on the other channel. I've been kicked off for 2 weeks. I've got another strike. Next, I think they're going to find something within that 2 weeks to completely kick me off with because they're going now through old videos. David said, I think I catch your drift, Alex. Out to lunch said, oh, lovely Muskrat. Oh. Dealey said, hey, Kai. Out to lunch said, oh, I am Kai. Sorry, man. Alex said they will all be flying in their private jets while the prison closes in around us that we are paying for. Don't forget, we'll own nothing and be happy. Yeah. And the public are paying for this to entrap themselves, imprison themselves. EDD said, laugh my ass off, 15-minute bullshit. It's made shift prison for all the demonic entities of the gender flip. Selena said, time to figure out what your job will be on the black market because there'll be one if they do the digital currency. Colin said, numb lips from something? Could be. Oh, he could have. Yeah. Does that happen when you snort a certain drug starting with a C? Oh, Coke. Doesn't that happen when you do that? I've heard it happens. I don't know because I've never done that one. But I've heard that it can numb your lips apparently. So well done, Colin. Alex said, hi, I'm Kai. I'm glad you found us now. Hopefully people can see the link I left in there. EDD said CGIBS. Alex said, you got the Aussie Joe Biden have? Oh, we have. I am Kai said, VPNs 8 are about to be worth up to 20 years in the US. David said, what the hell is he talking about? This is just word salad. Oh, the whole lot of it. Every politician and even these activists who speak, it's all word salad. Voyager said, I can give you a piece of advice about digital cryptocurrency. You won't get rich from it now. That day is over. Menacing Muskrat said, it's okay, guys. She gave me up when I was very young, tried to connect, but her life wasn't part of mine. Oh, really? Colin said, well, Wong. David said, absolutely a Chinese spy. Wrong, Wong. Yeah, the Australian Asian in Parliament. Alex said, I think there are plants everywhere and they have all infiltrated our governments. Definitely. Colin said, lol. I am Kai said, Alex is correct. Out to lunch said, well, there you go, Muskie. Still has to hurt, though. Sorry, love. Yeah. Our condolences anyway, Menacing Muskrat. I am Kai said, US is already invaded. David said, the whole disease corrupt temple must come down, Alex. Dealey said, yes, Kai. Simone said, still a lot to take in. Menacing Muskrat, definitely. Voyager said, I mean, proper rich. You had to be on Bitcoin back in 2012 to get a millionaire from it. Yeah, definitely. Shannon said, this where Alex chimes in and said it's a pedo. I am Kai said, I've had dreams about this from before T was elected. I am Kai, said Shannon. Menacing Muskrat said, love you, family. Thank you. Oh, God, love you, Menacing Muskrat. We love you too. Yep, there you go. Dealey said, we love you too. Shannon went, whoops. Voyager said, just facts. David said, and she'd be right, Shannon. You think spelling is an effing joke. Bad spelling makes bad spells. Can you dig it, please? Voyager said, I was there. Out to lunch said, Menacing Muskrat, you too. David said, phonetics matter. I am Kai said, David gets it. Alex said, I found a short video about the emergency alert. There you go. There's one there. Shannon said, I know she's right, but we say pedo. Zena said, Alex, the garden was planted 25 years ago or even before. Started perhaps with Paul Keating, the garden laid out and all the pretty plants in a row. Alex said, love you too, Muskrat. Darren, how you going? I am Kai, said Zena. Out to lunch said, I can tell you if it's male, female or male now. It takes about 10 minutes to tell because they put up a fight, but you get the pants off. There you go. Dealey said, thanks for the link, Alex. Alex said, Xenotron. David said, worms have eaten their brains, yet they still speak. Shannon said, Keating has a pig farm. We all know what Brick Top said about people who own pig farms. Yes. Out to lunch said, roo, someone shit the bed. Colin said, now pigs can consume, they consume everything except the teeth, I think. Shannon said, if not, watch Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, sharpish. Darren said that one article is enough to put Fauci in jail. Yeah, he should be. Oh, God love you, Alex. Out to lunch said, in the eyes. Dealey said, yep, the eyes say a lot. David said, I know, Shannon, one of my late friends kept a few pigs. Someone asked him to dispose of certain things to the pigs. He refused. God. Alex said, hey, Darren and Debbie. Shannon said, Colin and Dave are on point. Selena said, how much of that manifesto was cut and paste from the last 10? I am Kai said, I like Uganda's position. Darren said, was this real? The school was empty. There was no blood anywhere, not even when it was shot several times and should have changed their trainers. I don't know. That's the thing I'm not sure of yet. I'm sure something will come out. I'll see something that'll confirm it either way. But either way, I do think it was set up. Menacing Muskrat said, thumbs it up, folks. Thank you. Out to lunch said, damage control. Shannon said, the Uganda position is okay, but I prefer missionary reverse. Oh, God. Alex said, go for it. Have class action. Yeah. I am Kai said, distraction. Selena said, trust me, that should have had a long history of mental illness. Oh, definitely. Out to lunch said, where is the true MAGA people hurting anyone? Yeah, exactly. Darren said, 3 of the 6 shot were 9 and 3 were in their 60s. So anyway, if you look, you have 666. Colin said, you need at least 16 pigs to finish the job in one sitting, so be wary of any man who keeps a pig farm. EDD said, I call him and listen to our real President Trump, Joe Dirt babbling, Biden shot in his basement. Soon we'll all be awake and same page. That's what I'm waiting for. Alex said they all seem to, but they never get the help before it's too late, and they usually leave rants online before they go and do stuff like that, Selena. Yep, Shannon said, all the numbers, Darren, these people are sick. Alex said, anyone remember that sick bastard that murdered kittens on YouTube before he went and chopping some bloke up live too, I think? Oh, no, I'm glad I didn't see that one, Alex. Out to lunch, said, anyone have a pig for sale? Starting a pig farm, I've got planner. Menacing Muskrat said, Selena, is mental illness another form of MK Ultra, just saying we have programmed for generations? Yep. D-Lee said, out to lunch. Darren said, anyone that can torture animals is capable of mindless killing. Yep. Agreed, Darren. EDD says, stop voting terrorist government, all parties. Out to lunch, said, Christian school. Yep. Alex said, I agree, Darren. Out to lunch. Was she Christian indoctrinated? I don't know. But if she's gone trans, I don't think she's really paying attention to the Christian faith at all. Simone said, Darren, that's interesting about 666. D-Lee said, I'm really angry too, Hev. MJ said, I'm super late. Hello, everyone. Hey, MJ. I am Kai said, each of us are capable of the extremes of human behaviour. D-Lee said, totally true, Kai. Out to lunch said, hey, MJ. Colin says, Soz Hev, first chat in ages and I have to go now. Take care. You too, Colin. Darren said, yes, Simone, interesting that she changed her trainers at the school, wasn't carrying a spare pair. Shannon said, Texas police handled the perp much better than the last lot. No hand sanitizer required. Yes, than the Uvalde one. Simone said, hey, MJ. Alex said that man was called Luca Magnotta and he murdered a man called John Lynn, then sent his hands to an elementary school and to the federal police. MJ said, oh, Hev sounds peed off. I really am. Just, had enough, man. Like, come on. When's this going to end? Alex said, hey, MJ. David said, this pedo and tranny stuff is enough to make the blood of any real person boil, Hev. We need to calm down and wait till we get our hands around their necks. Yeah, no, I'm all right. I'm not going to do anything silly, believe me. MJ said, hi, Simone. And Alex said, have got to strike main channel for 2 weeks. I can't upload. Yes. There's another link there. Menacing Muskrat said, please watch this. MJ said, Alex and Kai. Simone said, Darren, I saw the headlines but couldn't bear to look. Thought it was another MK Ultra, all the security in those US schools. Out to lunch said, Mississippi is letting some trained teachers start carrying pow-pows. Good. EDD said, no one died, showing the evil transgender. Oh, yeah, it could be. Alex said, got it. Thanks, Muskrat. Davis said, Obama in our country at the moment. What's he running away from, huh? Go away, Barry. You're not welcome here. Yeah, exactly. Darren said, what was Trump's comment about the Joes? The 3 Joes at the front. Joes that made all the money. Where is Jolton Joe? Out to lunch said, I think it has passed or is fixing to. Menacing Muskrat said, good grief. Every time I see Obama and Clooney, I see the pic. Oh, no, I do too. Out to lunch said, fixing is getting ready to. Yes. Alex said, Zuckerberg, the android. MJ said, out to lunch. Hey, Mississippi has some sense. Darren said, I think it's a false flag. Another one to get rid of guns. Yeah, well, they're going hard on that at the moment when it's really mental illness they need to look at. Will this be the turning where people realise that it could be mental illness? David said, I saw the video of that boat scene, Muskrat, totally gross. Menacing Muskrat said, Alex, when you see Zuckbuck was being questioned, he drank so much H2O. Shannon said, well, one would expect to have semen on a boat, but not like that, and I'm not the only one who left with a bad taste in your mouth. Oh, Alex said, for anyone who is interested in the murder of Jun Lin, JJ Willow finally chased Hev down. Lol, I went channel hopping. God love you, JJ. Darren said another Trump con was mentioning that Hillary is one being investigated then quickly changing the subject. Alex said, I didn't see it, no, but I've seen him do other interviews and he's like a hollow empty shell, Muskrat. And everyone's saying hello, JJ. Alex said, glad you made it. Shannon said, I fill in for Deb, 9:25 a.m. moistness threatening. Darren said, of course there's semen, Shannon. They are at sea for so long. MJ said France is on fire. They angry. Yep. Xenotron said I've been disconnected for about 15 minutes. Oh, yep, France are fighting back. Hope it catches on. David said that's a mutant right there. Go France, says D. Lee. Release the Kraken, says Shannon. Alex said there are far more of us than them and they know that, which is why they're so scared. Out to lunch said this is the time to use the train derailleur. I am Kai said, Alex, you are correct. David said the war is not in Ukraine, it's in America. MJ said they put the guillotine in front of his home. And Alex has 3 red dots. Shannon said soon they won't be able to walk down the streets. I think they'd already have trouble now. Alex said my great-grandmother was French. Oh, is that what the 3 dots are? It's the flag. I am Kai said there are a lot of men out there and women with necklaces that have no clasps. Alex said, yes, Shannon, unbroken chains. MJ said, oh, that crone, all crones, the spew. Alex said, I saw that earlier, sick, horrible old woman, Jane Fonda. Yep. Darren said, that's because it's hard to walk when you've been executed, Shannon. Alex said, yeah, very funny. John said, you're right, Hev, Lily Tomlin. Yeah, Lily Tomlinson. Yeah, she was in the movie All of Me. I used to like her. I can't believe I used to like that lady. Shannon said, chickens can do it. Out to lunch said, Hanoi Jane. Darren said, no one likes Hanoi Jane. Alex said, hey, John Paul. Xenotron said, I'm Kai. Yes, we're all capable, but many of us are just not willing to allow ourselves to go. No, definitely not. Good old Hanoi Jane. And John Paul said, hello, everyone. Everyone's saying hello. Xena, I'm old now. My chain is in the sock drawer. Davis said, they, them is clearly a mission of MPO, multiple personality disorder. I am Clive said, still close at hand, fingers crossed. Davis said, demonic legion within. Dealey said, agreed, David. Shannon said, check out Mark McAllister TV for the list of executed scum. Darren said, the older ones of us should associate chains with toilets, never see them now. John Paul said, hi, usually just watch. My mum put me on to Hev. She's been following for a long time. Oh, God love you. And God love your mum. I am Kai is laughing at Darren. Alex said, I'll end up getting rid of my phone and building an underground cabin in the woods. Simone said, nice to hear you, JP. David said, or in MK Ultra terms, multiple inner alters. That's exactly it. MJ said, Mum's got good taste, JP. Darren said, they don't care about TikTok. They're jealous of CCP control over it and want that control over all data collecting sites. Yep. I am Kai said, unbreakable toilet chain. John says, hey, she has. Out to lunch said, John Paul, welcome. We all wake up in our own time and find our place. David said, no, he doesn't get it. There are no elections, only selections. I am Kai said, JP with a heart. Simone said, is that a Scots accent, JP? Alex said, Dan's on coke again. Shannon said, because it was rigged, he wasn't elected exactly. I am Kai said, Aussie. EDD said, it's hilarious scum fake news of Cabal keeping their demons alive. Hey, Michelle Epp, how you going? Good to see you over here. Alex said, that's awesome, John Paul. Who's your mum? Menacing Muskrat said, my mum gave me up during the 60s scoop in Canada. I think she didn't have a choice, but she raised a huge family. I wasn't included. I'm so sad. That's all. Menacing Muskrat, my heart goes out to you. Simone said, hi, Michelle. Shannon said his jaw is sore from sucking the wife's lady pee. I am Kai said, impersonation maybe with deep fake tech. Michelle Epp said, hi, Simone. Darren said, it shows how much they've tamed us all. There was a day they couldn't get away with half as much without a mass revolt. I am Kai said, Michael. Darren said, 32 billion isn't enough to pay for the war, you know. Michelle Epp said, hey, Kai. Alex said, that's awful, Muskrat. So sorry to hear that. You have a big family here now. Out to lunch said, gold goes to the aliens. MJ said, hi, Michelle, with one L. I remember this time. David said, companies mine gold, not the gov. Where the hell does he think it goes? What's it going to take to wake people up? Alex said, Michelle, hey, Michelle, I'm Kai said, oh, Muskrat, we may not have met in person, but I love you like family, definitely. We'll be your family. Michelle Epp said, hello, MJ and Alex. Simone said, me too, menacing muskrat. Darren said, at 28, you don't still hold a grudge against your school. Most teachers you hate have gone. MJ said she had Lion Kinge on her desk, issues there. Alex said, I am Kai. I am Kai said, Alex. Alex said, bunch of psychos. Darren said, leftists thrive on hate. That's why they hate Christianity, teaching not to hate. Yep. I am Kai said, just before T was elected, I had a dream. Alex said, don't forget to hit the likes. I am Kai said, T was talking to 4 or 5 people at a distance from me I couldn't hear. Darren said, whenever you said hit the likes, I feel like moshing. Xenotron said, we need to be looking at the Johns Hopkins University, the pandemic in 2025. I am Kai said, T was making big round hand motions and looking at the group. Xenotron said, where's Chrissy Teigen and John Legend, I wonder, hopefully arrested or gone. I am Kai said, my last dream I was taken to a glass house after hanging up on a call. Alex said, Billy promised another pandemic. Menacing Muskrat said, thank you, my family. I appreciate you all. Much Muskrat love. You are all so awesome. You too, Menacing Muskrat. I am Kai said, I didn't take the deal. Xenotron said, Alex, history only ever repeats. It's what they did in the past. MJ said, John Hopkins is linked to so much. Jamie Deluxe does awesome reporting and links receipts. Highly recommend him. Alex said, my last dream was about the Queen. Oh, no. EDD said, keep your friends close, enemies even closer, epic geniuses in control worldwide. Darren said, 5G isn't a medical problem, it's a social control problem. Alex said, yes, I know, and they keep dumbing down generation after generation so people don't ask questions. Menacing Muskrat said, Alex, was she a lizard? Darren said, anyway, you can ban 5G, but that's not stopping the 6G rollout. Darren said, haven't even got 4G down here. I am Kai said, mine was a visit, witch's devil himself. Menacing Muskrat said, EDD, the arts of war. Alex said, it was weird, Muskrat. I am Kai said, I must admit he's very handsome. EDD said, one of many lizard darkness coming to the light. I am Kai said, narcotically handsome almost. Xenotron said, Alex, the trouble is they've taught the people to ask the wrong questions, questions that ask about the irrelevant while ignoring what really matters. Exactly. EDD said, Muskrat, yuppers and chessboard. Darren said, all these trans killers, not long ago, they would have been in asylums. Make asylums great again. MAGA. Out to lunch said, EMR protection, wire shield, paint for EMF protection. I am Kai said, almost couldn't speak, but then looking closely at his shoes, I told her I'd rather die than consent. Menacing Muskrat said, EDD, good reads. MJ said, nope, my kids are never theirs, never. Xenotron said the transgender movement contained those that Jesus refers to as being waterless places longing to be in this dimension. They have allowed an interface to be created. It's an alien invasion. Alex said, you were right, Xenotron. School is designed to create obedient little slaves unless the child is already awake. Luckily, I was awake at school. I think a lot of us here were awake quite young. EDD said, another mind-blowing, how many of transgender world are here? It's beyond sickening. Xenotron said, Alex, I hated school, didn't know why, but strangely enough, I love to learn. Alex said, I've always refused to be put into a box, lol, I'm a free woman. I am Kai said, schools produce workers. Alex said, I'm at a number, not a number. Alex said, no, you are number 8. Darren said, no, Alex, you're number 8. Alex said, yeah, I think we like to learn deep stuff and everything else seems pointless, Xenotron. Alex said, no. Laughing. I would say your Hev's number 2, but that doesn't sound good. I am Kai said, I am every nightmare every creature has ever had. Mwahaha. MJ said, had a dream last night, snapped me out of sleep, hard wooden loud knock at the door, so loud no one was there when I got up and checked. EDD said, Muskrat, too busy was researching, I will read later, so much lies. Our history is all lies. Alex said, who does number 2 work for? Xenotron said, haha, Darren, that's funny. I am Kai said, I slept through school. Menacing Muskrat said, we're so programmed as children we get on the bus and go to an establishment that we as criminals get on the bus and go to FEMA camps. Alex said, you crack me up, Darren. EDD said, police are corrupt and involved in cabals, swear allegiance to demonic agenda, definitely. Simone said, MJ, I've had those loud knock-knock dreams in the past few months, demonic attack. Darren said, sorry, Alex, try some moisturiser. I am Kai said, can I paint this Yoo-hoo gold? It's my kind of thing. Susie, how you going? Xenotron said they make us feel like we cannot look after ourselves. Sadly, for many people, it's true. We're going to have to get to the place where we say, let the dead bury the dead. Everyone's saying hello, Susie. Menacing Muskrat said, Israel be last. 17th letter of the book. Yes. Yes, definitely. Israel last. Shannon said, tell the demon to puss off and come back later. You're trying to sleep. EDD said, in all facets of our world, it's beyond sickening, satanic and evil. Mrs. Out to Lunch, how you going? Hello, my peeps. Hope all is well with everyone fixing to cook supper. Stay safe. You too, Mrs. Out to Lunch. I am Kai, said Israel is now. I think we're near the end of the movie. Simone said, yes, Shannon, they can sod off. Darren said, I know Muskrat has to kick off in Israel before the end can be seen. Xenotron said, the true religious Jews are being persecuted in Israel. Israel is the gay capital of the world. It's a living hell for the true Jews. Alex said, I've always very much had my own mind since I was tiny in Muskrat. I wanted to be homeschooled but wasn't feasible at the time. Menacing Muskrat said, Rothschilds equal Israel, signed by Jacob. There you go, Rothschild it was. MJ said, will do, plus pray and smudge. Susie said, lots of interference today, computer, electrical, etc. I'm subscribed to the new channel, but I couldn't find you. Loads of weird stuff. Alex is laughing at Darren. Xenotron said, I learnt more riding around on my bicycle than I ever did in school. Shannon said, Ellen DeGeneres is a Rothschild. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Xenotron said, my father always said, what would you do if I wasn't here? Cold, yes. Practical, very. EDD said, no, I don't accept their agenda of trans pedo cabal cult. Alex said, badum. Kai said, my childhood was turbulent at best until about 10. Lots of hitchhiking after Mum got me back from the system. Xenotron said, they are not dressed up like a woman. What a woman looks like that. Voyager said, F that shit. Alex said, no respect for the elderly. No respect for anything. Xenotron said they don't respect their own biology. How can we expect that they have the capacity to conceive of the concept? Voyager said, an F you to Anne the Hag if you're watching, you effing weirdo. Yeah. I agree with that one, Voyager. Xenotron said, concept of respect. Darren said, can we not send the Transformers on an experimental mission to land on Mercury? That would be good. Alex said, glad you got out the system, I am Kai. MJ said, Xena, 100%. I am Kai said, Xena, so correctly put. Susie said, digital currency set to roll out in Canada in May, making cash and credit cards useless. Please pray for us. Definitely, Susie. Shannon said, RE end state people who refuse the jab with reparations. MJ said, hit an elder near me. Oh boy, yeah, exactly. I don't care if I'm a little lady, and even like some people would consider me a little old lady. I'd still be in there with a handbag or jumping on someone. ED said, no war in Ukraine. China's destroying the biolabs to kill us. Darren said, only use cash, Susie. Refuse your custom if they can't use cash. Menacing said, now carry a $20 bill in my wallet. When I see someone in the store and they need food, I just say, you drop this on the floor and we'll... Oh, God love you, Menacing Muskrat. I am Kai said, I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. Darren said, I love how many cashiers smile when I offer cashier's payment. Yes. All the little shops, they love it. Susie said, I will, Darren. MJ said, I see real vaginas can deal, played field, hockey, wimp. Out to lunch at Menacing Muskrat. Oh, that's so sweet, isn't it? Menacing Muskrat said, thank you, heaven sent and family. I needed you all today. Oh, God love you. I'm glad we were here. Dealey said, we have a Mexican restaurant that gives 10% off if you're paying cash. I had a guy that delivered wood doing that, like delivering wood for the fireplace, and he gave me a few dollars off because I paid in cash. MJ said, menacing with hearts. EDD said, Susie, no digital BS happening in Canada. I know I live here at YouTube BS to spread fear and lies. No, it's more to wake the normies up, EDD. Trying to wake normies up. I am Kai said, from 3 till 10-ish years old. Funny what a person remembers and forgets. Out to lunch said, menacing Muskrat, you lie. Oh, yeah, just to help someone out. Simone said, Susie, it's hideous and coming to us all. Sad for buskers and homeless even now because people got less cash. EDD said, Brooke ain't a girl, it's a man. Menacing Muskrat said, nope, just pass it forward. Yeah. I am Kai said, I remember everything. MJ said, yes, ED, but still an abused child. Darren said, who are they harassing by using a single stall? Alex said, I saw a screenshot a while ago of trans chat room and they were chatting about how they were going into women's toilets to steal their old sanitary towels and reuse them, another sick thing. Oh, my God. MJ said, believe me, pissed a male. Brooke, it's a male. Put out a book about postpartum and motherhood, peeps me off. Davis said, nobody goes to the lavatory to take a bath or to rest. I wish they'd call a spade a spade. In Australia, we call it the dunny, and that's proper English down there. Bring back the dunny. EDD said, MJ, if it's happening in schools and paid by government, aka taxpayers. D. Lee said, Alex, excuse me while I puke. MJ said, ED, very aware. Davis said, oh my God, do we have to watch this, Hev? I mean, really, isn't it enough to just know they exist? I am Kai said, just gross as hell. Oh, no sound. Yes, okay. Everyone was telling me the sound is gone because I had muted myself. Nursing Muskrat said, Trudeau has passed that anal is okay in Canada. Oh, dear God. Darren said, I've gone deaf suddenly. Kevin says, speak up, Hev. Oh, no. Out to lunch said, wonder if the whitewash house made those talking points for them, or did they do the research? Kitty muted us. Bella, that you? Oh, okay. I'll just get past that. Uganda set the death penalty for homosexuality. Virus Skeptic says, stop. Menacing Muskrat said 5 by 5. All good now. I must say that I agree. Praise the Lord, I can hear again. That happens to me when things go quiet. I go, did I just go deaf or what? Like, MJ said, Darren, it's a miracle. Sue said, most Canadians don't realise they live in a socialist country and socialism eventually opens the door to tyranny. Wake up. And everyone's saying, hello, Virus Skeptic. Darren said, lol, Hev running for the bush because the toilet won't flush. I am Kai said, MJ, it is. Usually she'd not notice. MJ said, we know Kitty is the producer. Voyager said, taking your money in UFOs. Darren said, I thought it would take a longer. No, Alex rang me and told me that my sound was off. Thank God, Alex. David said, I'd just like to say that I endorse the statement by David, one of the other 500 million Davids, but he's right, you know. MJ said, detransition stories all over YouTube, all over Twitter, all over TikTok. Shannon said, MJ producer. D. Lee said, David, I thought it was you. Iron Kai said, Darren, pressure build up. Shannon said, for the record, I've been donating on the other channel. I hope it goes through. Oh, I don't know. I hope it does. Hang on, I can check. Hang on a sec. If I've still got it open. Have I still got it open? Yes. Oh, no, I don't. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I've got to go the other way. I'm just checking, Shannon, for you. It's gone. Hang on, live. Oh, it's still there. Okay, I can't read the chat at all. It's only showing me one comment from Susie. There you go. Wow, okay. So let me get back here. I don't know if they're going through, Shannon. I'd use the Streamlabs tip if you can. I am Kai said Cannon Blast. Alex is laughing at David. Laughing. Rutchkin, I'm an original, lol. Good on you, Rutchkin. Darren said next time I'm in the supermarket, can say I'm the owner and get free stuff. Alex is laughing. EDD said, of course, pedo become teachers, no certificate needed. Boy just said, lol. MJ said, oh, my God, I love it. Menacing Muskrat said, love it, great ending. I needed to save that, people versus humans. Out to lunch said, so it's an exclusive, all-inclusive job. I am Kai said, I'm honestly not sure that I'm original me, just saying. Alex is laughing. Birds and love that calico cat. I loved those animals, were great, weren't they? Too many boosters, you think? Darren said, I love this clip. This is how we need to deal with these freaks, with humour. Xenotron said, our original inhabitants, only in context of a starting point. Who can really say who is what and from where? I was born here. Shannon said, mock them to death. Yep. I am Kai said, ever noticed the rainbow folks are the most hideous looking? Just saying. D. Lee said, Alex, I do laugh at them every time they open their mouths. MJ said, sock them with the mock, meme them. Yep. Alex said, good, D. Lee. Alex said, glad we got the sound back. D. Lee said, Alex, they'd never speak, only yell and cuss. Susie said, will you do a dry run and rumble soon? I'm thinking of it. I really am. I might just have to pay the money to be able to live stream on Rumble. I am Kai said, I mean, they are gay because no conscious human would touch them. Shannon said, meme them till they cry, then make memes of them crying. MJ said, how many subs do you need to do a live on Rumble? You don't need the subs, you need to pay. Alex said, yeah, I tend to zone them out, D. Lee. Out to lunch said the black screen show. Yeah, I just look like I climbed out of bed because I pretty much nearly did. No, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and then I realised that I'd first they threw me a copyright that I had to, what do you call it? Appeal. And then I got the email saying you are barred for 2 weeks. Hey, Deb, how you going? David said, Hev's radio show. Out to lunch said, crescendo. Menacing Muskrat said, April the 1st. MJ said, hey, Deb. Everyone's saying, hey, Deb. Shannon said, don't worry, Deb, I gave a time and moistness report for you. Alex said, if you would like to donate there, that one. I don't know how to pin it. Oh, can I pin it? Oh. Anyway. This one here, I'm thinking if you want to donate, go through Streamlabs from now on, because Out to Lunch says Streamlab tips works good for me, no PayPal. Exactly. You don't need it. And I get nearly all of it, honestly. Probably 1% they take, or 0.1 or something. Shannon said, shoot, I'm a minute behind. The black screen show comment makes no sense now. Deb said, hey, Simone. Hey, Deb. Shannon, MJ said the young are passionate, can be manipulated and used. Deb said, yes, Shannon, very moist in Adelaide. Same here. Or no, hang on. Oh, it was. I think it might be clearing. I don't know. Shannon said, it's okay, Deb. I understand you're mad at me for stealing your thunder. And Alex, yep, YouTube. Good on you, Alex. I like that one. Hey, D. Lee, said Deb. The Menacing Muskrat said, Shannon, how's socks? I am Kai said, current youth has no discipline. Laughing at Shannon. Shannon said, nice, Alex, tin birds. Darren said, there must be countless people that grow up hating a part of their body. Imagine if some quack cured them of that part. D. Lee said, Alex, you're a good artist. MJ said, one of you Aussies has to get a license plate that says moist. Would be awesome. EDD said, it's funny all of a sudden YouTube bad going to Rumble is hilarious. No one research who owes any of these social media platforms so truther can be blocked. Yeah, we do know. Alex is laughing. Susie said, I can't believe how fast this is all unfolding. Said it would hit the fan before the end of March. Darren said, what's that, Alex? Someone lifting the blinds? I am Kai said, moisture. Shannon said, I said threatening moisture rain here, rain not here yet. I am Kai said, you like? I like. MJ said, Susie King said they were ahead of schedule. Alex said, I can't take credit. I saw it on someone else and saved it, supposed to be. Yep, I could see that, Alex, exactly. I could see that's exactly what it was, the little pictures. Darren said, I hope so, Susie, otherwise we won't be able to run the fan after that. Susie said, MJ, who is that? D. Lee said, I'll give you credit, Alex. I'll give you the credit, Alex. Alex said, King Snurgle, Susie. I am Kai said, Susie, there's a lot to hit that fan too. Shannon said, whoops, that one went in deeper than intended. Out to Lunch said, fluoride in our water is the same thing as Prozac, isn't it? I believe so. Alex said, yes, my sister saw this and sent this to me earlier. They're apparently going to blame it on Russia. Don't know if it'll work. D. Lee said, fluoride isn't all that's in the water. Yeah. MJ said, out to lunch. Yes. EDD said, London corruption. Alex said, it worked. King around, asked out to lunch. Volkswagen seized. Shit turds going through my Honeywell as we speak. Alex said, thought YouTube pulled your stream again then. Hopefully not. Good on you, Darren. Dooley said, I think we need to get bottled water and tested too. Iron Kai said, water isn't the only way they poison us. MJ said, sabotage via inside these butt leaks. Shannon said, always blaming Russia, 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 Marsha, voice from the Brady Bunch. Yep. Dooley's laughing at Darren. Iron Kai said, Shannon's spot on. Sue said, didn't catch what she said. What's in the manholes? We don't know. Shannon said, Hev's playing Fade to Black or AC/DC Back in Black. Dooley said, Susie, boom, boom. Pitch black. The Farrell report. There's that Farrell report. Voyager said, there's something change. It's DMT in a smokable ERB form, not the white powder. It cures depression. Have done it. Was totally cured from depression for at least 2 weeks from 10-minute experience. Wow. Darren said, I can't see Hev right out of the sunset on my colour TV screen. Menacing Muskrat set out to lunch. How can you cleanse your water? Alex said, I haven't looked through that website yet. I am Kai said, I'll follow you into the dark. EDD said, did Charlie or 107 give you update April 23rd? Wrong date. Voyager said, extremely powerful. Shannon said, the thing about black holes is that they are black and the thing about it is space is black. Shannon said, holy red dwarf? Or holy? Dealey said, Voyager, wow, really? MJ said, Good Friday would be good. Dealey on my life. Deb said, I love Red Dwarf. Alex said, Psalm 23, 1-6. Menacing Muskrat said, April the 1st. Shannon said, I love you, Deb, such good taste. Out to lunch said, imagine tainting the river water if you had bottled water stock and bottled water going to storm damage area. Water may go up in price. Sue said, antidepressants are loaded with fluoride, which makes you docile and stuporous. That's a fun fact from the concentration camps where fluoride was first tested. Yeah, Pat, there's no picture today. I am Kai said, April 1st, New Year's Day. Smeg hid. Said Shannon, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine too. Said Darren. MJ said, Pat, we all just have Hev's voice. Yep. Dealey said, out to lunch. The price of bottled water has doubled price here. Wow. Oh, sorry, I forgot to highlight it. Sherry said, so sorry, Menacing Muskrat. Alex said, yeah, thought I'd walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Oh, fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Shannon said, today's fish is trout a la cream fish today. What? Alex said, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. My cup hath run over. Oh, no. Deb said, menacing. Shannon said, Dwayne Dibley. Shannon said, Deb's back in the comments, lol. I am Kai said, Muskrat, so sorry for your loss, but she's free now. Death only exists for the living. Menacing Muskrat said, Sherry, I'm okay. You people help me so much. Dealey said, yes, it can numb the lips. There you go. Okay, so probably Coke. Deb said, yes, I finally woke up. I fall asleep after going with my son to work at 5 a.m. Deb said, hey, Alex. David said, that would happen. Cocaine was once used as a local anaesthetic in dentistry. Oh. Shannon said, I get up at 5 a.m. on a day shift anyway. Yeah, I've been waking up at 5, 4, 6, around that time. Deb said, yes, I found link on the other channel. That's how I found you all. Michelle up said, sorry for your loss, menacing. Sue said, I Muskrat, I'm so sorry. My condolences. What was her name? We can lift her up in our prayers to help see her home. Godspeed and protect you, Mama Muskrat. Shannon said, Deb's super sleuth. It's pronounced pedo. Deb's laughing. Alex is laughing. Our deepest sympathy, menacing. Yep, definitely. Alex said, horrible creatures, pedos. Alex said, they'll never be normal. Full stop, period. Yep. Darren said, I just lost internet for a couple of minutes. David said, pedo is Greek. You don't say pediatrics, so I say pedo. It's Greek. Did I mention that? It's pronounced pedophile. Okay, I didn't know that. Deb said, at first, I thought you said sloth. It's my nickname. I am Kai said, Alex is correct. MJ said, well, welcome back, Darren. Alex said, Deb. Shannon said, soon David will join the fashion police to make the trifecta. MJ said, David, seriously? They're so sick, man. Voyager said, kind of strange having your old message read out of topic, lol. Alex said, mine went a bit funny too, but it came back. Deb said, I'll have to go back to the start after the class. I am Kai said, my nickname was Camel. Menacing Muskrat said, pig farms equals watch the locations. It's bizarre. I am Kai said, among others. Deb said, Brandon has lots of ice cream. David said, lol, Shannon, I was in charge of fashion. We'd be back in the 1960s. Out to lunch said, Camel Toho. Degley said, Kai, as long as it wasn't Camel Toe. Alex said, some crazy folk near the start of the live, Deb. These weirdos are losing it. Shannon said, bell bottoms, no thanks. I am Kai said, Degley, and laughing. MJ said, pig farms, I don't eat pork after finding out about Canada. Turkey bacon's where it's at. Yeah, I've got to get some turkey bacon. I got kidney stones earning that nickname. Darren said, I thought everyone had left when the internet reconnected. I realised it just had to reload the page. Boyd just said, Hev, will you marry me? Oh, God love you. Michelle App said, we can't see you, Hev. I know. Shannon said, Alex is talking about me, Deb. Lol, MJ super late. Deb says, hold my massage oil. And Deb's laughing, I am Kai. MJ said, ouch, Kai. Oh, my God, like childbirth for men. D-Lee said, YouTube piece of raw pork, poured cola on it, and, yeah, worms came out of it, yes. Oh, yeah, you've even got a ring. God love you. I am Kai said, even genetically modified organisms need water. MJ said, D-Lee, it was so freaking gross. Darren said, do bell bottoms ring when you pop? Shannon said, are you called Camel because you want to hump everything? MJ said, proposals, lol. D-Lee said, MJ, yep, I don't eat pork anymore. I am Kai said, kidney stones stop super soldiers in their tracks. Alex said, I heard about the pig farms. Some bloke admitted putting people through the meat grind plant. I hate the smell, taste of pork, but still sometimes eat smoked bacon. Shannon said, no, they get caught in the chain and you fall like Biden. Alex said, I think that's gone over my head, Shannon. Darren said, kidney stops me in my tracks, Kai. I hate offal. Menacing Muskrat said, please stock up 30 days. MJ said, worked in nursing. Kidney stones bad, awful to see the pain. Shannon said, Hev just read a naughty one. Yeah, I probably just went straight over my head. I am Kai said, I got the sonic treatment sound waves to shatter the A-tones, pee them out, 3 days off roster. Alex said, I think I just got it, Shannon. Sherry said, I had kidney stones, MJ, they're awful. And Deb's laughing at Shannon. Alex said, I couldn't find the French flag on my laptop. MJ said, yeah, Alex, I can't. So many ways these evils do. Turkey bacon is great in air fryer. Sorry, Benny. Shannon said, say it one more time and I'll appear like Beetlejuice or the Candyman. Susie said, you can't have a Voyager. Hev is the mother of 45 children around the world that need to talk with her at least once a week for tea and sympathy. We'd be too jealous. Oh, God love you. And Shannon's going, no, 1, 2. And D-Lee said, so true, Susie. And Shannon said, 3. Showtime. Susie said, hi, D-Lee babes. I am Kai said, the challenge is to be able to enter your darkness, deepest darkness, do your job, then find the light again without ending yourself. Sherry said, lol, Susie, you're right. MJ said, sherry cranberry juice to keep at bay or lemon water. Does it help? Susie said, hi, Sherry. And D-Lee said, Susie. And I am Kai said, I never hid, ducked or dodged. I wanted it. Out to lunch said 7:12 p.m. Central. Deb said 10:43 Adelaide, moist. I am Kai said, still here though. Sherry said, I do lemon apple cider vinegar every other day, no more stones. I am Kai said, somebody tell a joke. D-Lee said, why jellyfish so sad? Darren said, tell it what? MJ said, good, Sherry. I am Kai said, Darren. D-Lee said, they couldn't find any peanut butter fish. Out to lunch said, you know why the chicken crossed the road, I am Kai? MJ said, of course they get squished like jelly. Susie said, when this shit's all over, we'll all meet up in person. Bet on it. That'd be good. Deb said, coffee spitting. Out to lunch said, to prove to the possum it could be done, I am Kai. Darren said, I thought it's because they don't get invited to parties. Deb said, yes, we'll be your family and we are not as creepy as some. D-Lee said, Susie, I dream of the day we all get together at Hev's place. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Susie said, Jamie Deluxe was cancelled for a while too. Glad he's back. MJ said, Susie, his latest vids. Man, do I wish he had more reach. Pees me off. I am Kai said, MAGA is Latin for witch. D-Lee said, out to lunch. Alex said, I subbed to Jamie Deluxe. Used to love his blind items years ago. English was created for witches and casting of spells, said I'm Kai. Alex said all the good ones get taken down. MJ said, Alex, man, awesome. Then going to the LA Anon lawyer site to match stuff, learn research detective. Alex said, Malex. Voyager said, lol. I'm Kai said, by age 10, I had no respect for the system. I seen it from the inside. David said, do you know Nazareth, my white bicycle song, Xenotron? Be a good one to listen to while cycling. Shannon said, jellyfish are sad because they don't have a funny bone. Dilly said, I like that one too, Shannon. I am Kai said, the song is Death Cab for Cutie. Alex said, I'm 5'2" and used to break up fully grown men when I was working with the police. Lol, I'm not afraid to get in there. Yeah, I'm 5'2" or so, and I'd be the same, Alex. David said, Big Wild West biker loves hugs for you, Muskrat. Shannon said, oh, they got their tentacles in a twist. Voyager said, Death Can for Cutie, Gold Rush. Oh, Death Cab for Cutie, Gold Rush. America Audio, Daniel's 70th week and Jacob's troubles is going to begin real soon. Darren said, that's Napoleon syndrome, Alex. Alex is laughing at Darren. Shannon said, no picture. Yep. I am Kai said, if heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the no. Their vacancies sign. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I will follow you into the dark. Alex said, funnily enough, words were always more powerful than force, Darren. Voyager said, I'm putting that song on now. Alex said, make them realise what they were doing. Darren said, help, Hev. Alex keeps laughing at me. I think she's going to break me. Voyager said, Hev's voice goes well over music. Oh, God, love you. Shannon said, I send Jamie Deluxe money as well. Darren said, true, Alex, that's why they shut down anyone they want to speak the truth. Xenotron said, 3 cars full of police just turned up to raid the property I've moved to. Big shock. Really? Alex said, oh, Darren. MJ said, Darren, you in trouble. Xenotron said, don't worry, I'm good. I am Kai said, Catholic school as vicious as Roman rule. I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. Xenotron said, all other tenants have issues, I guess. Alex said, indeed, Darren, they always want to silence the truth. Xenotron said, Kai, same, and I'm left-handed, clearly a child of Satan. Dealey said, truth cannot be silenced. Xenotron said, left-handed here. I am Kai said, she told me, son, fear is the heart of love, so never look back. Voyager said, hardcore minimal Australian techno. Alex said, I'd be crying if I wasn't laughing, the bloody state of the world. Yep, that's it. Deb said, that's funny, have no pictures, then no sound. So glad your voice is back. Xenotron said, MJ, one of the 10%. Sherry said, I'm left-handed too, Xenotron. Yeah, my dad is left-handed. Darren said, I can't use Rumble on my TV. It uses a lot of bandwidth. MJ said, green eyes, Xena. Alex said, I love that animals mocking humans clip. I am Kai said, Hazel. Xena said, wow, what are the chances? 3 lefties on a small stream. Sis said, do you have to pay to live stream on Bitchute? I don't know if you can live stream on Bitchute. Xenotron said, no, MJ Blue. Abidextric. Nursing Muskrat said, Susie, what happening? Ambidexterity. MJ said, Kai, my nana punched a nun. She had 9 kids, lost 1, 3 sets of twins. No one touched her babies. Alex said, if you'd like to donate to Hev, oh, God love you. Dealey said, I'm surprised YouTube would ban you with all the money they keep making from our donations to you. That's why Alex has put this up, so it avoids YouTube altogether, because they take 30% of everything. Shannon said, the smell function isn't working either, Deb. Perhaps that's for the best. I am Kai said, in my heyday, I'd run 2 weapon systems alone. Shannon says, socks is good. Darren said, left hands are bad. When the right finds something amusing, and it tends to slap it. Dealey said, Kai used both hands too. Xenotron said, the property is completely locked down, 500 acres. Really? I am Kai said, at like 3, torture at bath time, testicle crushing. Xenotron said, not sure what's going on. I read the search warrant. It's crazy comprehensive. Wow. Menacing Muskrat said, I'll pip ya. I am Kai said, I'm an incredibly blunt person. Sherry said, I write with my left, do everything else with my right. Dealey said, wow, Xena, what's going on? Darren said England had fluoride in the water for at least 4 or 5 decades, same as Australia, I believe. MJ said, oh, Kai. Shannon said, no wonder I don't see your point, Kai, lol. Menacing Moscow said, no cars. I am Kai said, my left is crap after all the seizures, but it's still weaponised. Voyager said, Bombay Bicycle Club. Xenotron said, oh, I'm not sure. Is it an intelligent thing? But shoot, what the fuck? I live in a bubble. Alex had just sent another message to the other live, just in case the people didn't catch the link. I am Kai said, Shannon, I freaking love you, dude. Xenotron said they completely searched my house, fridge, freezer, under the bed, inside everything, cupboards, jars, etc. Wow. Shannon said, Hev Street today. Hear no evil. What is it? Say no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. Darren said, I missed a season of Red Dwarf originally, thought Holly was a Transformer till I caught up. Xenotron said, wow. Sherry said, wow, Xenotron, scary. Kai said, I've decided regardless, I'm not running. Xenotron said, they took me up the main building on the property and after a bit said I could come back, but they haven't left yet. Tasers, guns, bulletproof vests, the worst, but they were nice to me. Wow. Deb said, my dentist could not understand why I didn't like using anything with fluoride. They said it's just a mineral. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, good on you, Shannon. MJ said, lefties learn to be ambidextrous. We have to get by, crochet, bowl, throw, softball, right-handed. I am Kai said, Xena, what country? Deb's laughing at Shannon. Shannon said, they're all Red Dwarf lines, Hev. Boy just said, Dwayne Dibley. Muskrat RE, the digital currency. I've heard twice since the weekend Trudeau is rolling out digital currency, credit cards and cash won't be accepted. Seems will be the test country, God help us, says Susie. Xenotron said, MJ, so true. Lawn bowls is a good way to train to be ambidextrous. Get your coordination synced. I am Kai said, MJ, I've got a video where I show my hands. They're beat up. Darren said, my cat is yelling. He's not Dwayne Dibley. Alex said, my dad sent me something earlier about concentration camps that I've only glanced at. Looks interesting. Shannon said, that's a different type of fluoride. There's different types. There is calcium fluoride and sodium fluoride, I think that's right. Calcium fluoride is naturally occurring. Sodium fluoride is what they stick in your water. Xenotron said, I missed a lot of the stream. MJ said, it makes you realise how badly the degreed smarties are so brainwashed. Yeah, MJ, it's rat poison, fluoride, yep. Xenotron said, I am Kai, it's Queensland. I am Kai said, MJ, so true. David said, got a dash. See you later, David, have a good one. Deb said, someone ran over Hev's cup. I am Kai said, Xena, dang, didn't expect that. Darren said, not 60s fashion from rainbow to tie-dye. I am Kai said, much love, David. David said, bell bottoms is 70s. No, I said 60s, hated the 70s. Me neither, said Xenotron. Was me in Jim Jam, said Xena. PJs. I am Kai said, I wore bell bottoms. Take care, David. See you soon. Everyone's saying bye, David. Xenotron said, I quickly took a mouthful of toothpaste in case my breath. I'm Kai said, I'm looking for a picture of me standing beside myself. Shannon said, even I laugh at my jokes when Hev reads them later. Xenotron said, wasn't ready for visitors. I wouldn't be either in my PJs. I am Kai said, taken years ago. I am Kai said, Xena, no one ever is. I am Kai said, I had to convince myself to keep going. Talk about a mind. Darren said, in an age where people can text you anytime, we get the most unexpected visitors. Alex said, glad we still managed to do the live. Glad so many found it will beat YouTube. I am Kai said, got to go find that picture. It's smouldering in my mind now. Menacing Muskrat, is that no strength? Do you mean no strength? Alex said, shorties unite. MJ said, Alex, vibrations. If I don't get notification, my brain says check you or you guys are sending out vibes, I swear. I am Kai said, Muskrat, I wish I could be there with you. Shannon said, you're all hardly grammatically correct. David said, boy, kitties get crystals in their urine that are so painful they screech their heads off. They are basically kitty kidney stones, no ultrasound for them, the poor babies. Alex said, Oompa Loompa. Menacing Muskrat said, I'm tired. Shannon said, Hev's camera gone kaput. No, I just didn't want to be on the screen this morning. I'm frazzled after everything happened overnight, and so I've been running around like a chook with my head cut off this morning. I am Kai said, Muskrat, she hasn't left you. She's gone to our next stage of existence. She'll never leave you completely, I promise. Alex said, ouch, I hope none of mine gets that. Susie, sounds like agony. Boy just said, I have to shut up because Hev will need to read out another comment. I'm trying to do it quickly because I'm getting hungry. And I have to ring someone who rang me in case it's that real estate. MJ said, it's usually the dang cat food too. They put nasty ash in. Yeah, they do. Alex said, I can write with both hands. Susie said, it's awful, Alex. They're the size of large salt crystals. And all they can do is try and pee them out. I think it's caused by the wrong diet. Darren said, I had to wear hand-me-downs for school, so I naturally hate flares. I am Kai said, everyone here loves you very much, though that's cold comfort now, Muskrat. I am Kai said, if tears help, cry. If you need to scream in anger, scream. I am Kai said, if there's anything we can do, please say. Muskrat, know that we love you very much. Shannon said, for me, the 70s was nappies. I am Kai said, I'm crying with you, my friend. Xenotron said, Alex, I can naturally write mirror writing. Out to lunch said, Darren, I get me hand-ups, my son's old clothes. Alex said, I know there's so many crap foods out there. All big industries care about is making money, so they sacrifice so much at the expense of innocent animals as well as people. Darren said, yes, Muskrat, I can't imagine how low you feel, but we're all here for you. Alex said, same Xenotron, my left is the opposite way to my right. Xenotron said, if the credit cards are useless, does that mean we can't pay them? Yeah, that's pretty much. Darren said, wow, out to lunch, so you must hate shell suits, or maybe your son was too young for that. Shannon said, Hev's frazzled drip. No, just frazzled, like not dripped. Susan said, my dad was a lefty. I think it originates with a negative blood type, although not all lefties now have that, but I know a few families that are lefties and all negative blood type. Xenotron said, I can improve my drawings by turning them upside down, like Mr. Squiggles on Man on the Moon. Good one, Xenotron. Darren said, it could mean you're forever in debt, Xena. Shoes and shirts, maybe pants, set out to lunch. And I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. What am I going to do? I might be back here tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can set Rumble up with this as well so that yeah, I can go over there as well. Hang on, this is going to... Okay, just hang in there. Alex said, little house on the land for Hev, I hope that's what the call was about. Susie said, love you guys. Centron said, I heard somewhere there they refuse payment in cash, the contract is voided if they do away with cash. Alex pray sign. Voyager said, love you lots. Love you guys too. You take care. That was funny as fuck. Love you all. I love you guys. Okay, have a good one. Oh, I'm going to go, guys, crying. May God keep, creator of creation, bless and keep us all. And may the force be with you. May the force be with you, guys. Hev signing off. Have a good one, and I'll see you, I don't know, very, very soon. Be here on Saturday, at least for the Friday, Saturday live stream. We'll be doing it on this channel. Okay, guys, have a good one. I love you. Bye.
A lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push on my chin. chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and where I'll go in life, still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.